It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and this episode is brought to you by the new Showtime original comedy series, Black Monday, from executive producers Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. It's 1986 Wall Street, all right? Bad fashion, big hair, bigger egos. The old boys club has all the power until an unruly group of underdog traders decide it's their turn to be on top and accidentally cause the biggest stock market crash in history. It stars Don Cheadle, Andrew Rannells, and Regina Hall. The promos for this look very dope. Black Monday premieres Sunday, January 20th at 10 p.m. only on Showtime.
Out now.
Oh, it's out now, actually. You know what's so interesting about this? They announced this, and this is what I like. I like when people announce shows when they're actually about to come out. Don't announce it 2 years ago when it's just got greenlit for a pilot that you may not even know if it's going to hit the network or not.
Right.
They announced this when they were almost done.
Yeah.
And now, a month or so later, here it is. But,
Use the promo.
Yes. So to try a free month for Showtime, go to Showtime.com and enter code IDIOTS. This offer is for first-time subscribers only and expires February 24th. Now let's start the show. Also, man, Brilliant Idiots church announcements.
Yeah.
Go out there and grab Shook One, Anxiety playing tricks on me. It's amazing how a book can impact people's lives, man. Salute to my man James. James called the Breakfast Club this morning, and you know he is a veteran. You know he suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and his girl suffers from PTSD and anxiety. So he said it's hell when they go out in public together. And he was like, he wanted to get my book, but he didn't have the funds for it. So I sent him a copy of it this morning, man. So salute to you, James. Can't wait to see what you think about it. I hope that book is the energy that you need in your life, man. But go get Shook One, Anxiety playing tricks on me out now. You got any church announcements?
Yeah,
Schultz?
I'm coming to Miami, Views from the Sis Tour, February 1st and 2nd, 2 shows. Excited about that. Then I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, or Raleigh. How do they pronounce it? Raleigh, North Carolina for Valentine's Day, the 14th. And then the 16th for All-Star Weekend in Charlotte. I got 2 shows down there at the Comedy Zone. And then I'm going out to San Diego the 22nd and 23rd, be at the American Comedy Co. And then the last show of Views from the Sis, where I'll do the, pretty much the full show, is going to be the 28th. Well, I'll do 2 of them at in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store. The first show sold out. We had a second show. Those tickets are moving too, so get on those quick. And that's going to be the last time I perform the whole thing, because that following Sunday I start dropping Views from the Sis on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
And so I'll drop the first 2 parts March 3rd, and then every Sunday I'll drop another part for the month of March. For the entire March, the special will be spread throughout that month, and I'm very excited about
March
it.
Madness.
That's right, baby. That's right.
It's a nice jacket you got on. Very Gordon
Thank you.
Gartrell inspired.
Thank you, man. You know who that is, Taylor?
She has no idea who Gordon Gartrell is.
Oh, I'm referencing an old episode of Brilliant Idiots.
I know.
Okay.
Is
You
that
don't.
the jacket Rocky wore? That's from the Rocky?
Nah, this is Trainer wore it.
The trainer
Exactly.
wore.
So it's the
Gotcha.
trainer jacket.
Paulie
Yeah.
had it on, I think.
Yeah. So, what's it called? You know who got me this? Premium Pete. I gotta
Okay.
get Pete saw how poorly I dress, and he's like, I need to lace you up, and so Pete hooked it up, man. He got me some socks. He got me a few of these jackets. I think it's from Chalkline, but I got
Pete
some
trying
fire.
to fuck or something?
I think Pete trying to fuck, bro.
Pete just buying you clothes all of a sudden?
Bro, I mean,
That's
he not
random.
buying them. He getting them, for the strength
You
of
get
the
him a friend, like,
relationship.
yo, throw this on. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't
got
feel
you.
like I got to give up cheeks or nothing, but we could kiss.
Got you. Listen, speaking of giving up cheeks, man, I don't know if you saw the Fyre Festival documentary.
Oh, I did see the Fyre.
I haven't
Festival
seen it.
documentary.
I'm going to
So,
watch it today when I
Which
get
one
home.
you gonna watch?
I'm
There's
going to watch
one
the
on
one on
Hulu
Netflix.
and there's one is on Netflix.
I
yeah.
only wanted to watch it. I needed to see the one that had the most Ja Rule in it. Because unlike a lot of people,
Yeah.
I give a fuck about what Ja Rule has to think about things.
Why?
Well,
If you watch this, you will stop.
No.
This guy, 50 was right. We always got to trust 50 Cent, okay? If 50
Why was he
Cent,
right?
because this guy is the biggest fucking bozo you've ever seen.
Ja!
Bro.
Ja will
Dude.
fight you. Remember when Ja was on Common Sense and you hit him with that goddamn joke?
I didn't
When-
get fought.
Listen, Andrew had on a Meek Mill
don't know.
t-shirt that said rappers' lives matter.
Rap lives matter instead of Black Lives
See-
Matter, right?
See, people forget one thing. Remember on Uncommon Sense when
Yeah.
Ja was up there and he was trying to tell us about the beef with 50 and he
Yo,
was
Tax really stole my moment.
like, no, he was like 51 one round.
Yeah.
After that, and then Tax was like, not really.
Not really.
What you didn't see, because it was a lot of editing, it was a succession of shots. It was the not really, and then it was Cass saying, nah, it was a lot of rounds. And then it was Andrew saying, if this was back then, you'd have been on this T-shirt.
Bro, it was a bar.
And Ja goes, I'm going to fight. Straight up. I'm just going to fight.
I don't recall that.
Yes, he did. He said, I'm going to fight. He said, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. Straight up, I'm just going to fight. So,
Well, if he'd ever like to do it for charity, we could absolutely arrange that.
ooh.
Absolutely arrange that.
Is that our 2019
Josh,
Hezzy versus Jay
4'11".
Williams?
If you want to catch the next Hezzy, that's more than welcome
Ja
to do
Rule
that.
versus Andrew
Oh
Schulz
my
in the
God.
ring?
Don't forget Sticky Fingers. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh!
Don't forget Sticky. Sticky got stuck.
Sticky let the white boy knock him out on MTV.
And remember-
Ja let the white boy knock him out on YouTube.
And who we gonna do it? But for charity, obviously. You know what we should do? We should raise money for that lady that they fucked over in the Fire Festival. So there's this woman.
All Ja
who
got to do is go over
catered-
there and perform Always on Time.
Nah, you're right.
That's
you're
all.
right, you're right.
Ja go over there and do Always on Time. You know what I'm saying? Put it on me, get that $100,000 right back.
But for the lady, so if you'll watch it, there's a Bahamian lady that put $50,000 of her own money,
Okay.
right, up to like provide the catering for the event, right? Thinking she was going to make the money
Oh, so
back.
she bought all the food and all of that stuff like
all
that.
the workers and everything. And that
Gotcha.
was her savings, her like life savings up to that point. Never got a penny of it back. And she's talking about it. And she's got this really amazing, way of dealing with life, that you grow up having on the islands, which
Yeah.
is sometimes shit gets washed away. But she's kind of like breaking down in tears as she's talking about it. And she's like, I don't like talking about it because it brings up these feelings, this kind of stuff.
How
And
long
it's
is that
like,
food supply? She had a nice little food supply for
Yeah, it was 6,000 people that were supposed to be there, and she was giving them cheese sandwiches. But that's a lot of cheese sandwiches. It's going to end up being $50,000. You got to pay all these different people to cook. You got to pay all.
Yeah.
So it's like she's like breaking down, and that was the most gut wrenching part of the doc, man. You're like, yo, y'all really fucked over this lady, like this lady right here,
I got to watch it, man.
bro. You're gonna watch. You're gonna be like, yo, that's my mom. How did they fuck over my mom?
I just saw one clip that I thought was amazing.
Which one?
Billy and Andy.
Billy and Andy?
Billy and goddamn Andy when Andy said that.
Oh, he's gonna suck
something
dick
about
for the water?
Avion water. Yeah. And
Yo,
then-
we take for granted water. That's the. It's like water just comes out of our faucet,
Yes.
so we're like, I don't need to suck dick for that. But
Yes.
you spend a week in the desert with no water.
Come on,
Let
man.
me tell you, so you're gonna use that last saliva to suck a dick.
$175,000 worth of water, and Billy wanted Andy to go suck a dick, to get that water
and
through.
Andy said, I took some mouthwash.
Bro, I didn't see a problem with it. Like, listen, we got to talk about this for a second.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Billy didn't put a gun to Andy's head. He didn't pressure Andy. He didn't tell Andy, look, you're going to be fired if you don't do this. First of all, it's two things that really made me think about this shit. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Number one, Billy knew exactly which one of his employees to ask to suck the dick.
The gay guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Immediately, right?
You're already gay.
Said to Andy, look, they won't let the water through, but if you go down there and get this guy some head, we can get the water. Andy didn't ask him no questions. My first question would have been, well, who negotiated this? All right, did the water people say, hey, if you send somebody down here to suck my dick, I'll let the water through? Like, how did it get to this? Like,
I'd tell Billy straight up and be like, I'm be honest, my dick sucks aren't worth $175K.
How did it get to that?
You gonna get $10K out of this.
$175,000?
Bro, that's a lot of confidence in me.
Bruh, somebody, listen, Andy must have sucked Billy's dick before.
Hey!
Come on now. Billy must have been like, I know who got that fire head. All right? Okay, fire head at the Fire Festival. I know who got that fire head to go down there and get this water through. Andy didn't ask no questions. Andy went and took a shower just in case.
You never know.
More than the
You
dick
never
suck
know.
popped off.
That's $175,000. You gotta smell good.
Come on, man.
I need a good smelling dick.
Come
suck.
on. Gargled. Like, I didn't see the problem.
Hold on. What water he gargle with? If you already had water, you don't think
But
hey,
mouthwash.
Oh, it was mouthwash. I'm just saying, you don't
mouthwash.
think that he was at his fucking villa or whatever drinking some
Mouthwash.
water? All right.
Mouthwash. I just didn't. Everybody was like, that was so fucked up. I'm like, he gave Andy a choice.
Mm-hmm.
He told Andy what the problem was. This is the solution. Will you do it for me?
Bro, it was insane.
Man, what the fuck did Andy do? What did Billy do wrong?
Everything. He did literally
I'm talking about
everything wrong with that
moment.
festival.
In that,
he gave him an
if I come to
opportunity.
you,
You
Andrew,
made
and
the
I
choice.
Go, I go, Andrew.
Yeah.
Look, hey, they want to give us $10 million for the podcast.
Yeah.
But the only way to get the $10 million for the podcast is if you go suck his dick.
You see what I'm doing right now? What am I doing?
You're getting us that $10 million.
What am I doing though? You got to describe it for the people listening.
You're getting us that $10 million.
I'm stretching my jaw
That's
as
all.
you come with the
Whose
offer.
dick is that big?
I gotta be prepared. You don't know. A $10 million dick ain't gonna be a little one. Okay? It ain't gonna be the Go-Gurt.
Yo, Andy didn't ask no questions.
He said, I
gotta
gotta do
make
it.
him nut. Like, what I gotta do? Like, nothing. Andy just like,
Obviously,
fuck
you
it.
gotta make him nut, bro. You can't just wrap it around and then go.
Moral of the story is Andy can work for me any goddamn day.
Oh,
you need those type
an
of
Andy.
soldiers, bro.
That's the
What?
first thing I thought about
Come on,
too,
man.
bro. I was like, you need somebody that dedicated to your cause.
Everybody always talking about take one for the team. Take exactly what for the team? Okay, what the fuck are you taking for the team exactly? All right?
One of my best friends growing up went to Firefest.
He went?
Mm-hmm.
I thought there wasn't a Fyre Fest, though.
No, he went. All those people went down there.
Really?
And then I got canceled while I was down there. But we had him on Flagrant 2 talking about it. And he said he had a fucking blast.
I'm sure. First of all, if you
A
can't...
fucking blast. But he's like, it was total mayhem. But you got to understand, this is what made me realize it. Everybody buying into Firefest is trying to buy into cool, right? They're mostly, if you even watch the documentary, it's all dorks who were in the documentary.
What
and
was
they're
it?
trying
Would it be a concert?
It was like a concert destination thing. It was like Coachella, but on an island.
Yeah.
But the whole idea is what they're getting you is like, hey, I'm a loser. They know that you feel like a loser inside, but if you're at this event or you're at this thing, then you'll feel cool, right? It's basically Instagram, but on an island, right?
Got you.
I'm gonna post this picture of my life that's way better, and people like me, and that's what they're taking advantage of. And he basically goes, and the whole thing falls apart, but they find like 15 people, bunch of hot chicks who are also there. They steal a few cases of the tequila and the Prosecco that they had, and they bribe some guy on some golf carts to take him to a different beach, and they just fucking partied on the other
You're
beach.
in
until
the
they were kicked out.
Bahamas.
Bro.
You could have made the most out of that situation.
Easily. I don't know if you've been to the Bahamas. Ain't a lot of shit there.
Exactly,
You just got to
it's
chill on the beach anyway. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but that's a perfect example of like all these people going, they were just trying to buy into this event to give them equity and cool, right? I need to be here so everybody can see me. It's like buying bottles at a club. We should.
Instagram
I won't
pictures.
talk about that because what's the guy's name? Dame Dash. He had made a great point, and
What'd
it
he
really
say?
blew my fucking mind. It's not about Firefest. Bottles ruined nightclubs.
Oh, yeah.
They
Why?
fucking ruined. And I might have to do a little more listening to Dame, bro, because I remember when he was saying that thing like, you know, if you don't have your own boss, you're a slave or something.
He
I was like,
wasn't
that's-
wrong, though. Dame was wrong about one thing in that Breakfast Club interview.
What's that?
And I've talked to him about that. You can't just shit on people who have
jobs. That was my issue.
And he has since amended that and said, you know, he wasn't right with saying that. Because if I was his employee,
You'd be upset.
I'd be upset. Like, that's how you look
Yeah.
at me? You know what I'm saying? Like, every boss
Yes.
needs
I think
employees.
it was communication. I think
Yeah,
his issue
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
communication. What
But
we should
everything else he was
aspire
saying
to
was right.
Bro, and I was listening to him, just little clips of him on the Nick Cannon podcast or show or whatever it is.
Cannon's
But
class.
he had some fucking bars, man. He really kind of understood humanity in a lot of ways. So it's like he was talking about how bottles killed a nightclub.
I wonder why he said that. I didn't watch the whole
Bro,
class. I saw half of it.
I was talking to a friend of mine, right? This girl who's in. Did you know that like 75% to 90% of these nightclubs in New York City are staged?
What do you mean?
Like when you go to One Oak, right? And you see not only the tables, but the girls there, they're all paid to be there.
What do you mean? Like the bottle girls?
No, not the girls giving you the bottles, the girls that are at the tables for the bottles. So this is how it works, right? She broke
don't
the whole
understand
shit
what you
down. Okay. So you go to One Oak, right?
Okay.
There's a bunch. First of all, there's no more just kind of hang out and dance or go to the bar. A lot of these places barely even have a bar, right? The whole thing is function off the tables, right?
Yeah, they make all their money off table.
All the money is off the tables, right? Everybody else is just in the way. If you ever go to a place and you're not at a table, you're literally in the way.
I still think you make more money off the regular bar, but you make a lot of guaranteed money off the tables.
No. All of it is off tables. That's where the business is, right? So what they do is this. They have promoters, and there's two tiers of promoters.
Mm-hmm.
One promoter gets paid to bring models there, basically, right?
That I know.
And the promoters have a table, and they get like $200 a model. Now, these models that end up going get between $60 to $90 to go, or they get housed in these apartments that fit like 9 in one apartment, right? So all these smoking hot chicks that you're trying to change their life at the club are living 9 to an apartment in Manhattan, sharing 2 bathrooms.
Not all of them, though. One Oak probably did that, but not all of them.
All of them.
Nah, because you got like Remy
ready?
Martin. Like Remy Martin would
ready?
do that. Remy Martin had the Remy Martin girls that they would hire to be at the event.
Sure.
Or like the Star Tenders. That's the Star Tenders combined all of that.
Sure,
Instead
sure.
of having Bernice just sit there, how about let
Well,
Bernice serve the drinks?
Sure, absolutely, right? So it's like, so these promoters don't just do one club, they'll do 3. So the deal is for the girls is, hey, you can live in this house. You got to come out with me 3 nights. We're going to 3 different clubs. and you hang out by the table at the club. They're basically cattle, right? And they have to be moved from one place to another place, etc. Now, so those girls that you're trying to hit on, buy drinks, etc., they're working. They're not even there. You're not going to get no pussy. Matter of fact, they can't even leave with you because they have to be there up until a certain time.
Yeah, that had
right?
to be. That's probably like 10 years ago, though.
What do you mean?
Because you don't like now.
You're saying that it's not now? Because I'm telling you, I know someone who's currently employed in this now. I'm not asking you how it is. I'm telling you how it is now.
I used to promote parties. I used to be in the club.
I fuck girls that still do it.
I used to get paid for this shit.
You live in Jersey. What I'm trying to say is,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I used to get paid for this shit. You know, that's the whole hip hop lifestyle.
I'm not saying it's not.
But what I'm saying is now, Instagram is what makes people want to stunt and buy bottles. The thing that really made people want to buy bottles was the presentation. When you started bringing these bottles out and they had the sparkles on them and they were stopping the music and shouting you the fuck out.
You really think people buying bottles for sparklers?
Hell yes.
No.
You see what Taylor said? Hell yes.
That's what girls do.
Yes.
Listen.
But it's not the sparkles. It's the attention.
And what does the attention bring you?
Attention.
Girls. The only reason people are buying bottles is because girls come to the table.
I mean, it's a combination of it all. It's attention. Like, they want the attention from the club.
I'm not going to overpay for vodka by 10 times if there's no vagina attached to it.
Not true. You know who the biggest groupies in the clubs are nowadays?
Who?
Guys. You know who's rushing to be in the VIP sections?
Clubs,
you know who's rushing? You know who's rushing to be in the VIP sections?
Yeah.
Dudes.
Not
you know
mine.
who the hottest dude in the VIP is right now?
Who?
Meek Mill. If you can rush to be in the VIP section to stay next to Meek Mill and take a picture, you are the man.
Sure. Okay, that's fair in terms of celebrity. I'm just saying the way that the clubs function, right? So it's like the reason why we're buying bottles is so we can have a table to sit. There's no other seating in the club at all, and everybody's just kind of like in the way or maybe at the bar, etc. And the girls are going to gravitate towards the tables because they can dance on the couches, etc. But now it's completely staged, and what they do is they have a couple premier tables in the club that are minimum $10,000 entry, whatever.
Yeah,
and it's just
been though.
Yeah, of course. But a lot of people don't know this. You know this. You're in the game, but a lot of people might not know it. And those tables are always purchased by like tourists. Somebody coming from Dubai, someone coming from Mexico, someone coming from Miami, some big money out of town people. No, like regular folks. There was a time in New York where you could go out and like a couple people bought bottles, maybe they didn't, but you could meet girls at the club, like it was fine. Now all the girls there are paid. Everything's fake.
It depends too, though. It depends who's in the club. Like rappers, athletes, they still buy tables. Drug dealers definitely still buy tables, and it depends where you at. If they go to Miami, they buying tables. Like these same dudes in New York who may not buy a table at One Oak, they're going to buy a table and live.
Sure, we have to, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm in Vegas with somebody for, a bachelor party or something, you buy the table because that's what the custom is now, right? That's like almost the expectation. But we're overpaying so much to be in this completely staged environment.
Little Mo just said this on the Breakfast Club. Little Mo was talking about how she went to the fight, the AB Pacquiao fight, and after the fight, she wanted to go to Dre's.
Dre's.
But it was $15,000 a table,
dude.
And she was like, well, I'm not paying that shit. She was like, and Adrian Broner's not going, so I'm not going. But it's also a minimum of people that can be at the table with you. So that's the other way they get
maximum too.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, it's $15,000, but you can't have more than 8 people, and it's got to be X amount of dudes. It's like it's a
hustle,
bro. It's complete
bullshit
hustle.
No, main reason I always feel stupid buying a bottle in the club, which I never do anymore.
Right.
But I always felt stupid because you buy a bottle of, say, Remy in the club, it's $40, $50 in the liquor store,
and it's $400 fucking dollars.
And like that shit never made any sense. It never made any economical sense.
Dave Attell's got a really funny joke. He's like, instead of buying a $300 bottle to meet girls, why don't you just hand girls $300? Like, wouldn't they come over to talk to you way easier that way?
It just never made any sense to me whatsoever. But why did he say it killed the club though?
So I got to read more into what exactly it did to kill the vibe of the club. But maybe it's just like everybody's just trying to stunt, nobody's trying to talk.
Who was a bigger stunner than Dame though?
You're right.
I'm not saying, is right though, but you're
yeah, like Dame was the guy that was probably buying 10 bottles just to shit on people. He would pour champagne
on girls just to prove, maybe he was part of it.
The big pimping started with them, like.
But it's true. You could go to a place like Nell's in the early '90s if you could get in. The key was getting in.
Yeah.
You nurse a Heineken all night, but you're in the same
so
room
that's
with
it.
everybody.
That's it, right? The Studio 54 vibe, right? The first club that really started this, we only accept certain people in here. The idea was once you're in, you're part of that.
There's no, you can only sit here. You could sit down at the same tables with Madonna, Tupac, whoever.
Everybody that was
just had to get in,
was
and then it's a
part of
party.
it, right?
Yeah.
And then what they did is they set a price point for people to come in.
That's
right?
what killed it.
And that killed it because now anybody could be in there. So now, and then once you're in there, there's a VIP. And then once you're in the VIP, there's a VIP of the VIP. And they constantly kept setting up these borders.
It's called segregation, motherfuckers. All right? I don't want to be sitting next to you, okay? All right? I make more than you. I'm better than you.
Right, but the point was,
all right? All right? Why are you in here with me again? Okay?
But the point
That's
is, in
what
New
this
York
shit
City,
is.
it used to be about cool. You got in because you were cool.
Right.
You dressed the right way. You were with the right people. You had the look. And that's what...
It's always been about money, though.
No, not
so
really
Studio
in New
54
York, though.
wasn't
Not
it?
really.
So what separated the drug dealers and the rappers and the athletes from everybody else? Why did people
I'm
want to wear
telling you,
big
I was
jewelry?
in there
and-
as a young kid with no money in my 20s, and I could get into the same
You didn't get no
spots.
pussy, Chris. You was just
Well,
there.
That's what you said, but I'm saying I had a good time.
You don't know Chris before Lyme disease, bro?
Different
This guy
story.
was slaying dick
Different story.
everywhere.
You was
He
slinging
probably
dick
just
everywhere,
got
Chris?
gonorrhea. It ain't even
You
Lyme.
was doing all right, Chris? What was your game, Chris? What was you doing to get girls?
Me?
Yeah.
You just walk up to girls like, hey, are you sad
Hey,
too?
have you read the 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah, I was.
Do you need help writing a
It
biography?
it was a slower burn with me. I'm not, it wasn't.
Were you hanging with Russell back then?
No, definitely not.
Good move.
I missed those days.
But it is an interesting thing, right? It's like, and maybe these new scenes pop up all over the place, right? Like maybe there's like a cool new club vibe that we don't know about because we're washed that these kids are going to, and
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, listen, even when coming up in South Carolina, before the drug game blew up, you just had to know how to dance.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? If you get in there and know how to dance, you the man.
it was merit based, right? It was some
That's
skill
it.
based. It was like who could kick game, who could dance, who could do some kind of cool
You
move.
still had to have some clothes, though.
There was always something.
Yeah. At least some fresh sneakers, some shit, like something.
Oh, what
Right?
a risk!
A
Bringing
jacket,
the
something.
fresh sneakers to the club is always a risk. I didn't really feel comfortable doing that. Spilling cranberry juice all over them and shit like that.
No, I mean, used to get in fights. They step on my fucking new shit.
Yeah, but if a girl that you're dancing with that's got her butt squashed up against your dick.
Ooh, that Uncle Luke era, big booty hoes.
Yeah, but
up
they're
with it.
spilling their fucking Cosmo all over your Air Force Ones, and you're like, I want to fuck, but I also don't have another $75 to get a new Air Force One. So how much is bleach? You know?
Yesterday was Michaela's birthday. Happy born
Cut
day
her
to
mic.
Michaela.
Cut her mic. Cut her mic.
No,
Cut her
I'm
mic.
not telling the story.
They don't even like you on this podcast.
Michaela's my
I
boo.
don't care.
Hi, Michaela. I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy
I'm
born
sorry
day
I
to
missed
Michaela.
it.
Michaela turned 26 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That's my other niece. And Michaela, was getting gifts. You know what I'm saying? Michaela had a cake up here. She had balloons.
Wow.
Somebody sent
By
her.
Charlamagne, by the way.
I bought her a cake.
Don't make it seem like
He's a person.
mad people got her gifts and then I just...
Whoa!
Slim fucking Shady. My God. I didn't know Shady McCoy still played for Philly. Holy shit.
What? It's
Whoa.
not shade.
What the
That's not-
fuck?
Wow.
My God.
No, that's
not being
crazy.
shady.
Whoa, the
Nah, you
real
were.
Slim Shady, please
You
stand
were.
the fuck up.
That's crazy. You can't even let her live on her birthday.
Can
That's
y'all
fucked
stop?
up.
I was not throwing shade.
That's
I'm
oof.
saying...
That was
that was
gross.
Eclipse.
That made me feel. Yeah, it did.
Fucking
right?
Blood Moon came out just
Yeah.
now. What the fuck, Taylor?
Really?
Yeah, that
So
was crazy.
anyway-
bro. Wow.
Wow, Woosah,
Wow.
get this
Yeah,
negative
get that
energy out of the
Open that
goddamn
door,
room.
yo.
Somebody
Open
light
that door
some
real quick so we
sage.
can just get that
Please.
shit out here.
Angel,
Yo.
can I
Holy
tell the story,
shit.
please?
God, no, you can't tell the story.
He's gonna
Charlamagne's
twist
going
it.
to tell the story. Let him tell it because
So-
clearly we can't trust you.
So a dozen boxed roses come, right? Now, first of all, that hate you just saw from
Yeah.
Hate Property over here, that was happening. That was happening before this situation happened. Michaela was getting her makeup done, right? This is after she got the cake and all of that good
Right,
stuff.
all the gifts,
She's
yeah.
getting her makeup done. Taylor walks over and goes, "Why are you getting your makeup done?"
I did not say it
I
like
mean,
that.
I know it's your birthday and all, but what's the
Did
occasion?
not say it like that.
I was like,
Did
my
not say it
God.
like that.
Can't even look good
Did
on her
not say it
birthday?
like
My
that.
God.
Can't even
Did
look good
not
on her
say it like
birthday.
that.
She said,
Hold on.
I know it's your birthday, but what's the occasion?
I did not
Her
say
fucking
that.
birthday, the day she came out of her mama's vagina, might have been a C-section, so maybe the stomach, but whatever. The day she was presented to this planet, she said, she dismissed it. What's the occasion, though?
Yo,
Okay,
can I ask you a
that's
question
not
before
what
you
happened.
defend yourself?
What?
A girl can't look beautiful on her birthday, man.
She can't. Yo, stop.
A
This is
girl
not
can't
what's
feel
happening.
confident.
Yo,
A girl can't feel
this is not
secure
what's
You
on
didn't
her
say that,
birthday.
Taylor?
this is what I said.
Okay.
I came up and I saw that she was getting her makeup done. Usually, they don't get like. I was wondering why she's getting her makeup done at work because we're at work and stuff like that. Like, I didn't understand it. So that's what I'm thinking.
More shade. More shade. Mad that she getting her makeup done at work.
Honestly,
wow.
Take a deep breath.
Wow.
Take a deep breath into that microphone right there. I
This
want
is
you to take a deep
unbelievable.
breath.
Wait, no, for real. Can
Honestly,
you explain the shade?
take a
'Cause
deep
I don't
breath.
understand. I wasn't trying to be shady. I was
Shade
asking.
cannot
you
be
being
explained.
very
I was
Very
asking what she
shady
doing
right now.
afterwards.
Nah.
Shade can't be explained. It can just only be seen.
That's
all
fact.
right? And
That's
we're all
fact.
standing in it right
That's
now.
fact, yeah.
Okay?
It's
we're
dark
in your
in here.
shade. It's dark as
I don't know
fuck.
if y'all got the aperture fixed for the camera, but it
y'all
is
so
dark in
much,
here.
It is
Nice,
dark as
yo.
fuck.
Wow.
So
Oh my
Hold
God.
on one second.
after Michaela gets getting all of this love, because we all love
Yeah.
Michaela. There you go. Put some light on her.
Yeah, let me get you a little light because y'all are just
We
fucking
all love
crazy.
Michaela. We appreciate her so much. She's such a great person, great energy.
Everyone-
Like, you can't help but
Yo,
love her.
and Michaela really loves Taylor. That's the shit that hurts you, right? Like when Taylor not even
First of all-
around.
First of all, let's make something clear. We should.
Yeah.
Is she here today? Can we
Yeah.
get her
no,
in here?
she's hurt.
Because she's
hurt.
actually rude as shit to me. Let's be straight up.
Fly, eagles, fly! Fly, eagles, fly! The birds is out!
You guys, it's just a joke though between us. But I'm saying we have.
The birds is out!
Y'all acting like
Yo!
she is mean to me. I tell her all the time that she's mean to me.
What the fuck is going on?
But for real, on all seriousness, that was
Yeah.
not shade when I was telling her yesterday. I was asking what she's doing afterwards. So don't try to make it seem like.
Because you thought you weren't invited to her birthday
No,
party?
yeah.
Michaela got her makeup done at
Y'all are
12:30,
so
only to
annoying.
get stood up by 5:30. That's the guy stood her up.
So hold on, time out. That was shade right there. Y'all
That
don't
wasn't
know no
shade.
type
That
of
was
shade.
That was not
facts.
shade. That was a fact.
That's a fact.
The guy stood her up.
Y'all ain't shit
The guy
in
stood
here,
up.
yo.
The guy
Y'all
stood
are
up.
not shit.
The guy stood her up. But no, listen. So
I just want to apologize to Michaela.
I love you, Michaela.
busy
I don't want your
yesterday.
birthday week to be ruined by this shade. Okay.
Damn,
I cannot
yo.
believe hate property.
That
But-
is crazy.
So a big
y'all.
box. Now listen. Michaela.
we just jump over this? We're just
about
going
it.
to jump over this right now.
I want to get to the part.
Someone get Michaela.
She's not here. She's really not
here.
here. No, she's working from home today. Michaela.
Do you get to work
I'm
from
about to
home?
call her.
Hey, Taylor, do you get to work
Oh
from home?
yes. Let's call Michaela. Call Michaela.
You get to work from home too? Or what?
Michaela's getting.
Yo,
Listen.
tell her to call.
Michaela's getting all the flowers.
Yeah.
Michaela's getting all the balloons.
Uh-huh.
Randomly, all of a sudden, yesterday,
Yeah.
a
Don't try to make
box
this seem-
of red roses comes, right? Like 24 red roses.
Paige, for real.
Taylor sends me a video. Taylor's like, hey, look what somebody sent me because of Bully and the Beast podcast. I'm like, why the fuck would somebody just be randomly sending you roses about Bully and the Beast podcast? I said, who sent those, L'Oreal? Wax? Chris? She goes, no. Somebody sent me these. Come to find out, they were sent from Michaela.
No, they would. Can I show you the message?
Hold on.
They were
Stop
sent
Hi-
from
first
Michaela.
of all, I want to.
Charlamagne, stop
Michaela's
lying
on the
Hold
right
on.
now, yo.
Why don't we call
Michaela-
her from the big
Charlamagne,
phone?
stop lying.
Come on, let's call her from the real phone.
Michaela, we're going to
Stop
call you
lying.
right
We're
back
gonna
from
call
the
you
big
right back,
phone.
Why
Michaela.
are you lying so much when I just showed you the message?
Taylor.
Yo, you're so
Taylor. The message
full
was
of
so
it.
nasty.
Can I understand
Andrew,
this,
you wanna
Charlotte?
see the message?
Can we just one second? Can I understand this? So you're saying that on Michaela's birthday,
Yes.
after she had received balloons,
After
she had received a cake, after she had received
flowers.
already these
Already.
three things,
Yes.
another unmarked box comes.
Yes, full of roses.
It wasn't
Again,
marked. Yo, y'all
Unmarked
are
box
so
comes
funny.
already on Michaela's birthday
Yes.
after she had received all three other things.
Yes.
And Taylor believes that it came from a person.
The fact that she produced Bully and the Beast podcast. So,
Let me ask you a question. Do you? No.
So-
Right now.
Do you even believe you? Do you even
Taylor,
believe
did you
you?
not tell me that?
I
Michaela,
told you that there was a
hush,
message.
Michaela is talking.
Yo,
Michaela, my
Hey.
niece. How are you, my
Michaela.
niece?
Michaela,
Tell
happy
him the
birthday.
truth.
Happy birthday, Michaela. I just want to say happy birthday, baby, and I'm sorry that I missed our date yesterday. I was busy. I had to cancel.
So
I
you
didn't
got
know-
you got your makeup done only for Andrew to
Yeah, I
stand
didn't
you
know
up?
you got your makeup done. If you had got your makeup done and I had known, I would definitely have been there.
That's crazy. You stood me up. It's crazy.
I didn't mean to, but don't worry. It was for a white girl.
A white boy?
Michaela,
I
listen,
got
we're
stood
trying
up by a white man. Oh, my
But he
goodness.
stood you up for a white girl, so it's good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Listen, Michaela,
Oh, okay,
we're
okay.
trying to figure
It's like
out.
multiplying negative numbers.
Yes, we're trying to figure this out. Taylor.
Taylor, why did you steal my flowers, girl?
There you go.
Yo!
Get right to it. Get right to it.
Michaela, you
Get
are
right
really
to it.
about to
Get right to it. Get right
What
to
flavor
it.
is that hookah?
Michaela,
Huh?
we're not doing this today. We're not. Do not lie to these people.
Girl,
No, okay.
How you gonna show me flowers that were from me the whole
Yo,
time?
yo,
That's right.
It's a lie.
That's right. There will be no. Listen, all
Made up this whole lie.
Yo, y'all ain't shit.
all penalties get called on the
It was
brilliant
like
idiots. Okay,
Facts.
we saw this blatant pass interference.
I'm gonna post my messages on the Brilliant
Real
Idiots
quick,
thing.
real quick. Nobody wants to see your messages. Look, so
Exactly.
here's the thing. Michaela, do you think it's possible
Uh-huh.
that in a move to take away some of your
Shine,
shine,
your birthday shine.
your birthday shine, that Taylor potentially sent herself those flowers to the
wild.
Breakfast Club?
Oh, that seems like some real.
First of all, y'all think I'm desperate like that?
Ooh.
Really?
You didn't say the flowers was from some man who likes you. You told me it was for the
Yeah,
bully
because-
in the. You told me it was for the
Exactly.
bully in the Beast podcast.
And you know who works at Bully and the Beast?
Somewhere.
She never
You work at
But-
Bully and the Beast. You done sent yourself up. I need to see your credit card. I need to see your credit card purchases.
Michaela, how does this make
Yeah.
you feel? This blatant pass interference. How does this
She
make you?
just sabotage. She tried to sabotage my day, and I never knew you to be like that, Taylor.
She also told us just now that Michaela is very rude to her. I said
Are
not.
you not?
I said not my
I
Michaela.
am. That I am.
Thank you, Michaela.
Mom.
Thank you.
I can understand you being that way.
would be every reason that you would try to sabotage my day.
Wow.
I'm mean to you, so you just like, you know what? This day can't be about her. Like I'm about to really just shake the table right now and order myself some flowers. Dang, girl.
You didn't think it
I
was
could've
weird
sent you
that
some
you was the one
flowers.
getting flowers and yesterday and balloons and cakes and stuff, but then all of a sudden, just randomly, Taylor gets a bunch of flowers
That does sound weird.
that she
And
couldn't
you know
wait to
what?
tell
When she
everybody
brought
she
them over at first,
received.
I thought they were for me. Wow, girl.
It's okay, Michaela. Go get
There's no
Michaela's new
trust.
single. Tell them where your single's at, Michaela.
My single is available on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
It's called First Impressions. So go download it. It's lit.
All right. Have a nice day. Happy birthday. Happy born day.
Hi, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye,
Now,
McKK.
the worst part about this situation is that Taylor didn't have a card. I was like, show me the card. She didn't want to show me the card.
First of all, you weren't even there.
So
I
she
FaceTimed you.
and she couldn't show me a card. So then today she shows me messages, right? This guy, allegedly, in her DMs, says, I met you at a job fair in Philadelphia in 2006. He said, I remember you because you had the state property
That's not
bubble coat on, and you had some gum hidden in the compartment where Beanie wanted people to hide drugs.
Right.
And I asked you for some gum, and you gave me some gum. And then she goes, I've been wanting to send you flowers for years. Job fair 06 in Philly. So you mean to tell me 13 years later, this guy cashes in on his promise
Can I
to
ask
send
you a
flowers?
question,
It wasn't
Charlamagne?
Yes.
13 years ago.
What? How old are you now?
27.
So that means you would be 14 years. That would be 14 years old.
Why was you at a job fair at 14?
I wasn't. What are you talking about?
What year was
What are
this
y'all
job
talking
fair?
about?
What year was the job fair?
I was, I think, a senior at Temple. So I graduated 2014.
So like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't when you were 14.
No.
By any chance was that guy singing to you, do you have your passport?
No.
Do you have your shot? Do you want to come with Rob?
So 6 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
because the guy said he wanted to send you flowers for years.
He's being dramatic.
It was at a job fair.
Not deep.
So is he happy that he thinks you just got a job with the Bully and the Beast podcast?
No, he's y'all are annoying. We just been friends. We never went on a date. We never hooked up. None of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he follows me on IG, and he'll say like congratulations before the flowers sent or anything like that. So he just sent him flowers. I put actually to make the story more real. I put up the picture of flowers on my IG story and I was like, does anyone want to make me feel special? And he did. So he sent them.
Now it all makes sense.
Oh, God, here we go.
You
What?
hated the fact that Michaela was getting all this shine on her birthday. So you posted a picture of flowers and said, who wants to send me these?
You know, I posted that
And he's-
picture.
No, we don't. No, stop. Flag on the play. Flag on the
that picture like
flag
2 weeks
on
ago.
the play.
Boom.
This is sad, Taylor.
Yo.
Taylor, this is the
Yo,
saddest
honestly,
thing you've done.
listeners,
really
please
is.
do not believe.
Nah,
This is
believe all that
sad.
shit.
Because
You're a
this is
fucking
not
umbrella.
real.
This is so. This
If
is
y'all
sad.
follow me,
yo.
y'all will see the picture.
This is
And
horrible.
What? She's an umbrella, man. Shade structure. All she does is just
Come on.
bring
Come on,
fucking
please.
shade.
It's too dark in here for real. I need to
Real
lighten
talk.
this.
Go
You gotta
back over
lighten the
there. Sit
podcast
there.
up.
You know
This
what
is
I mean?
horrible.
I'm pale enough.
This is terrible.
I need all the
I
vitamin
cannot
D.
believe you,
get.
Taylor.
You out here trying to make me disappear.
Why can't Michaela win?
I don't know.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Holy shit!
Question.
What the?
How do you feel
fuck?
about her new single?
I love her new single.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. No disrespect, but that's what that was. No disrespect, but what else we talking about, Schulz?
Man, I don't know. A lot of things happened today.
I'm gonna throw it up.
Do you want to talk about Black Panther being nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture?
I don't give a fuck about the Oscars. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't need any of that validation from the Hollywood types. Like, yo, Black Panther made over $1 billion fucking dollars.
Right.
Like, Black Panther had black people dressing up for the first time ever for movies. Okay? Like white people been doing it with Star Wars and Star Trek and Harry Potter. Black people got into the spirit of that with Black Panther. Black Panther is a success with or without an Oscar. In fact,
100%.
if the Oscars didn't nominate Black Panther, they wouldn't look cool. Like, you need Chadwick Boseman at the Oscars. You need Michael B. Jordan at the Oscars. You need fucking Ryan Coogler at the Oscars. Like, what else came out this year that was that cool last year?
I honestly don't remember. I honestly don't. I just have seen. I've seen better Marvel movies. I thought it was good. I thought Black Panther was good. But I think you make the best argument for why it deserves Best Picture, because it made $1 billion. If it grossed the most money of any film, how can it not be?
And it was an amazing cultural moment. That shit was doesn't that count for something nowadays in 2018? It was a moment.
Yeah.
We forget because it was so far away last February. But Black Panther was the biggest shit out. Motherfuckers was in the movie theater in dashikis. Okay? You ain't never seen no shit like that. Ever. That shit was a moment in time. Like, that shit was a huge pop culture moment.
So what qualifies something as, what makes something Oscar worthy? That's why I think this shit is so dumb. It's like,
I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't
because
know.
At the end of the day, would you rather have an Oscar or $1 billion movie?
Billion
Billion-dollar
movie.
motherfucking movie.
$1 billion movie.
Not even a question.
I've never, ever gave a fuck about those critically acclaimed movies that don't make no money and don't have no pop culture impact. Honestly. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't watch those shit. Like, I never cared about that. What was that shit where the guy was fucking the fish? Where the fish was in the tub? What was that?
Aquaman.
No, not Aquaman.
What?
The other shit. What was the shit? It was
Oh,
last
Shape
year.
of Water.
Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Who the fuck watched that? It was good, Alex?
Yeah.
Really? You into that type of shit? Fish fucking
Yo,
fish.
you know what it was?
You-
That's just white people making Beauty and the Beast, but they're just trying to keep everyone out of it. They're like, what can we do?
That shit turned Alex on, watching somebody with a fin up their ass. Fucking, what you putting in my gill? What was Shape of Water about? He was in love with a fish, right?
She was in love with a fish.
Oh, she was in love
It's
with
Beauty
a
and
fish.
the Beast in the water. It's no different.
The most fire water movie ever was Splash. With Tom Hanks.
Yo, real talk.
And
Shape
Goldie
of Water,
Hawn.
it's only about, like, a woman just wants someone who listens.
Oh, you mean because he was
This
trapped in the
motherfucker
tub?
can't even talk. That's a woman's ideal man. No. Bloop, 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 bloop. That's how he talk. He's in the motherfucking water. What he gonna say? He ain't gonna say shit. That's all that movie is about is a woman will fall in love with anything that listens, yo.
Listen, man, that shit is wild, bro. Like, you saw what Nikki Giovanni was telling James Baldwin? When Nikki Giovanni...
I did say that. That was really interesting conversation.
I don't know if I agree with it, though.
I'm not saying it's just interesting. It's like outside the box thinking. I like getting that.
I don't like the fake happy shit. You know
It's
what
not
I'm
about
saying?
fake happy.
It is. She's
Okay,
like,
so explain the conversation. It's really interesting.
Insert this clip, too. I want you got to insert this clip, Taylor. And insert the, what something else we was talking about earlier. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nikki Giovanni is telling James Baldwin, basically, you go out here all day long, and you be fake happy for these white people. You know what I'm saying? Even though you can't stand them, they kicking your back in, they got their foot on your neck, you're out here fake happy with them. But then you come home and I get the least of you because I love you. Now, I understand that part so well because we tend to take for granted the people that truly love us because we just think that they're going to be there. Think about your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, even your wife sometimes. Like, you got to make a conscious effort to be all in with the people who really, really, really love you. We tend to take them for granted. So I think she was saying that with that, but she was like, yo, don't bring that shit home to me.
Yeah.
Don't come home to me with the frustration and the anger that you don't show them.
Right.
Fake that shit with me. Is that too much to ask? Now, I get exactly what she's saying, right? But I think that it's better for two individuals to try to figure out how we can be happy together for real. My biggest problem when I go home to my wife is the shutdown. Because all day long,
The shutdown of?
just me. I go home, like I might vent to you, vent to Van, vent to Andrew. Like I done vented to my friends all day long. Now when I get home, I don't even want to talk about this shit no more. You understand what I'm saying? But she wants to know what the fuck is wrong. And then in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, I don't want to bring this shit home because I don't want to put this shit on her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my problems of the outside world in my house. Like when I come home, I want to be home. I want to disconnect from all this bullshit totally. But that's not good either. You got to communicate.
Because now she's isolated from your life.
Yeah,
And she wants to be
there
someone
you-
who can help you with your life.
boom,
Yeah,
there you
And I understand
go.
her perspective, too. It's like she loves you more than anything. And if you're struggling with something, she wants to be the person you can come to.
Exactly. So don't come home and give me the least of you. That's what I got from the Nikki Giovanni thing. And if you're gonna be fake happy with everybody else, if you're gonna put
Better
on
bring that fake shit
bring
over
that
here.
fake shit home to me too. I understand that part as well. Because sometimes if I'm angry about something, before I walk in the house, I take a deep breath. I leave that shit on the street. I walk in, and I do instantly get happy because of my daughters and my
course,
wife.
of
Like I
course.
love seeing them, so
course.
immediately my mood does change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get what she was trying to say.
You just don't like inauthenticity. It makes you anxious.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't be fake happy. Like whatever my emotions.
I don't think you like other people doing it either.
No, I hate
So
it.
it's like you're often so direct to people because it elicits a real reaction from them, and you can handle real reactions. You don't know what to do with the fake.
Yes.
Right. So that's your worst nightmare is what she's describing.
You know how many people? Listen. All of my friends.
Fame must be weird for you because all of a sudden people start acting exactly how she's describing that clip.
No, instead of being, you got two kinds.
In person.
In person, you got two.
Right.
They're either fake,
Yes.
yeah, Charlamagne, what do you need, whatever.
Yes.
Or they're the complete opposite. They want to be fake real.
Oh, they're trying to get
Exactly.
Yeah. Yo, you short. Thanks,
Bro,
bro.
I'm at the airport the other day, and this dude is looking at me, and I'm like, I walk up to him like I do anybody. I'm like, what's up, how are you? He goes, yo, bro, you want that cake soap? Man, fuck you. Like, that's all you got to say to me.
What'd he say? I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it.
I
What's
walk
that?
up to you to say what's up
Yeah.
early in the morning.
Yeah.
Because you staring at me, and I'm like, what's up, how you, bro? He's like, yo, bro, you ain't on that cake soap, is you? That's
is-
all you got to say to me at 9 o'clock
I
in
don't
the
know what
fucking
cake
morning?
soap is.
Cake soap, man. The bleach shit that Jamaicans be using.
Oh, Vibes Cartel? The Vibe shit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, bro, that's all you got to say to me?
Yeah.
So it's just like they're either fake happy, like fake over great shit, or fake real.
Right.
And that's the bullshit. So it's no in between. So either way, they not being themselves.
You know what it is? It's hard to be yourself when you want something from someone. It is one of the nicest things about and I think this is why people tend to hang around people that have a similar amount as them, like the country club.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
All of them have a lot of money, so they don't really need anything from one another. So they can truly operate and act in whatever way they most
Absolutely.
naturally can.
Absolutely.
But the second you're in a dynamic where you want something from somebody, right? And I used to experience this earlier in my comedy career, and it's amazing as I've gotten some success, I just care less. Like I spoke to Judd Apatow the other day at the comedy club, at the Comedy Cellar, and I was just telling him, I disagree with his takes on Louis C.K. and all that kind of shit. And people come up to me, he's like, yo, you check Judd Apatow, this and that. I was like, but it wasn't like, and I didn't even
Two
come
men
at
having
him
a
angry.
conversation.
It was two men having a conversation, but they were so shocked, and it was like, because I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything from Judd. I don't need anything. I'm not looking at like, this man can change my career.
Yo, even if you want something from me, why can't you have a real conversation?
It's hard for people, man, because they're looking at it as a meal ticket. It's like people are so motivated by survival. And they're so motivated by financial gain because surviving is hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think the second you're able to survive, then you get to look around and see how much you really like someone. Like, the second you're not reliant on someone, Duval said this in our interview in the Bahamas. He's like, give someone money, you find out who they really are.
Yeah.
Because most people are around for the money. And once they have it, you find what they really want.
See, I don't like that shit. If I give you some motherfucking money, you better fake this shit. Because you might need money again, you motherfucker. All right? Okay? And what's going to determine whether or not I give you money again is how you acted after I gave you that fucking money. That's weird, too, for people, too. Sometimes people act weird with you when you give them money.
Elaborate.
Because you give them money and then they all of a sudden start acting like they almost got to kind of like, They feel bad that they had to ask you for money, so in a way, so they kind of like shunning you a little bit, like it's treating you. It just gets weird and awkward. Like
that's their insecurity.
That's whack. Like you're exactly right. That's all your insecurities. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even thinking about this shit I gave you anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You asked me for something. Here, keep it moving. Go figure it out.
But they don't want to reach out to you because they're like, I don't want him to think every time I'm reaching out to him is about some money, this, that, the other.
I only got one person like that in my life.
Who's that?
I'm not saying,
all right.
But I don't even like to. Today I had to think about calling them.
What do you mean?
'Cause I needed them to do something for me.
Okay.
But I know with. By the way, by the way, I didn't even wait on it. I'm like, so yeah, how you gonna get this money? After I asked them what I needed from them, but that's just it. I mean, some people you just understand that dynamic in your life. But other people like, yo, if I do something for you, I'm not thinking about it no more. There's no need for you to feel insecure.
Right.
Like you asked me for something, you my peoples. That's what people need to realize. If you my peoples, we're peoples regardless. That's why people that I have strong bonds with are people who make me feel normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
This like regular normal fucking conversation. Like that's why I probably don't have a lot of friends from when I grew up. It's never you that changes. It's always the motherfuckers around you that change and start acting weird and start acting funny and start treating you different because they think you're going to act different.
Right. And they assume that you want something from them. No, they assume that you're thinking they want something from you.
Yeah, or like how you said when you talk to Judd Apatow, people say, oh, you check Judd Apatow. It's the opposite. Like if you, which one of your peoples and, yo, grab me that water.
Oh, you doing anything for him?
Yeah, you on his dick, bro. Like, what the fuck?
You closer to the water, bro.
Yes,
yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So it's like everything gets, I don't even want to say magnified. It just gets misfucking construed.
Do you find yourself overcompensating?
All the time.
Like with friends?
Bro, I wrote about that in Shook Ones. That's why I don't kick it in my hometown like that. Because if I'm with people, if I'm like somewhere, if I'm at my daddy's shop, I just feel like I gotta let me buy everybody drinks. Yo, pops, everybody drink on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I don't do that, you think you better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let me buy you a drink, yo. Nah, I'm good. I'm there. Oh, you too good to let me buy you a drink?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So I got to get drunk just to fucking prove to you? I don't want to fuck up this good skin. This shit fucks my skin up. It causes me inflammation. All right? I don't just be drinking randomly all the motherfucking time like that.
Yeah.
But I gotta drink just to prove to you that I still who I'm supposed to be. Like, that shit is corny.
It's their insecurity. They have an inferiority complex.
But it's my insecurity, too.
It starts
it's both.
It starts with theirs, and then you want their validation.
I want their approval, yeah.
You want their approval, right? But it starts with them walking up to you, and they're in their head thinking, if he says no to this drink, he'd change, he's different, he's too good for me.
Yes.
But that's their insecurity walking into it.
Yes.
And you are going, I want this guy to think I haven't changed, so, okay, I'll do this thing I do not want to do for him. That's why we love Larry David, by the way. We love Larry because he hasn't changed. Larry does not give a fuck.
I mean, he's 100 years old, too. Who the fuck changes at 100?
Of course, no, but what I mean by, he doesn't care about your insecurity approaching Larry David.
I never met Larry David.
No, in the show. So, for example, in the show, someone will go, can I buy you a drink? And then you'd be, no, thank you, I don't want a drink. He goes, oh, you can't buy a drink from me? And he'll be like, in this situation, no. He just is so unapologetically himself. We're drawn to people like that.
No is the word, baby. No is the word for 2019. I'm getting comfortable with my nose. No.
Yeah.
What's wrong with no?
I often find myself accommodating that, or preparing certain friends, or even not necessarily close friends, but just people that I'm meeting. If they reach out for something, I'll remind them, hey, I might be busy, but you can bother me. You can hit me back, blah, blah, blah. Because oftentimes if I'd say I'm going to message someone back and I don't, I think that they're like, oh, he was just blowing me off, this, that, the other. I'm busy, yo. I forget shit. I don't know what's going on. So you can reach back out to me.
I'm a father of 3.
Right.
I have a wife.
Yeah.
I got businesses and jobs. Like, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't take any of this shit personal.
Yeah.
I promise you. Don't take the text. If I don't text you back, don't take it personal.
Yeah.
If I don't call you back immediately, don't take it motherfucking personal.
Yeah.
If I give you Paige's email, and people get mad when I do that, like, yo, no,
Yeah.
you need to hit Paige. Because she's going to remind me to hit you back.
No,
Okay?
for real.
I'm not going to remember.
It is. You have to understand people's programming too. Like I picked up very early from you that when you say, "Yo, let me call you right back," that's you're not gonna call anybody
Not
back.
calling you back.
That's hey, I gotta go. But that's hey, I gotta go in a polite way for you.
I'm not calling you back.
You know, and
Duvall does that too, by the
no,
way.
Duval's the opposite. When I'm on the phone with Duval, he goes like this. He goes, "All right, I think we done. We done with this combo,"
He
and
does
then we
that
just
too.
get off.
Yeah, but Duvall will say dumb shit. Duvall will be like, hey, I'm going to call you back. I got to wash my dog's feet.
yeah,
And you be like, what? You be like,
but he's making fun of it, right? He's
Yeah,
making
yeah,
fun of
it's
that.
it's
thing.
stupid.
But that's the thing where he's got like, that's the thing where it's like if you have a close enough understanding of shit with your friends, you could be honest with them. You know what I mean? Like me, you, and Duvall can literally say, "All right, I'm done talking."
But when I tell you
It's
I'm going
not
to call you back,
personalized.
I really do mean it.
Nah, you don't.
Just not,
But-
maybe not that day.
Yo, I'm
you
gonna
know
call
you
you
gonna
back
hear from me.
eventually. Eventually. Yeah, but like this is.
Right back is tomorrow.
I was just talking about it. Yeah.
What you mean? I'm going to call you right back. I'm going to call you right back tomorrow. Listen, in the group chat, do we say good morning?
No.
It's a continuous
It just
conversation.
starts with some crazy racist
shit.
meme.
That's it. That's it. From off top. I'm
Yo,
just
y'all
jumping.
seen this?
We come in hot, baby. We come in fucking hot. Yesterday was so funny.
Spicy.
Yesterday was
Spicy, spicy, spicy.
Because Andrew missed the first video we sent.
Yo.
So the second video, I gotta read this shit. This shit is too stupid.
Yo, you caught it quick because that could have been a catastrophe.
Man, this shit was so fucking stupid, yo. Hold on. This shit
You gotta
was
scroll
dumb.
way back for that.
Hold on. Do I? Oh yeah, because y'all went at it. You and that shit must have triggered Van.
I think it did.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Is it a story?
Yes, it is a story.
Taiwan?
Nah, it ain't Taiwan. It was the guy in Florida who pulled the gun on the kid. What the fuck? Y'all texted so goddamn
Son,
much yesterday.
Charlamagne
that
made me tap it
it
out.
eliminated the fucking call.
You know what you got to do, bro? When you tap out of our discussion, you got to be like, I'm going to text y'all later. I think.
The shit was so crazy, right? We're talking about, it was Martin Luther King, my bad. Martin Luther King Day was Monday.
Yeah.
So it was like a clip of a Martin Luther King speech. And Van was like, Martin Luther King was the illest, right? So then, I guess Schulz didn't reply to that.
It was the clip of the guy asking, why has the term he used, why has the Negro not managed to succeed in America versus all these other immigrant
Yes.
groups? And
Yes.
then King does this beautiful explanation of the pick yourself up by your bootstraps,
Yes.
how it's rude to tell a man who does not have boots to pick themselves up by
Yes.
the bootstraps.
Yes.
Bars.
Bars.
Amazing. Yeah.
But the next clip that was sent through the group chat was the guy jumping out of the car with the gun.
Yeah, so a guy jumps out of a car with a gun and rolls up to some black teenagers.
After calling all the black kids niggas, right?
He calls all the black kids the N-word. He rolls up to because they appear in the video to be like in a confrontation with this woman.
Yeah.
So he rolls up to the black teenagers who are on bikes with the gun. He goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then he calls them the N-word, whatever. I don't see that video.
No.
Right? I just saw the Dr. King one. So I come in the group chat. I just woke up. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo,
Amazing.
that dude's amazing. Beast. He's the GOAT. Now I'm talking about King, bro. We talking about bootstraps. These two dudes talking about this racist ass dude with a gun. So thank God Charlamagne immediately steps in and goes, Schulz,
I think you saw the
I think you saw the wrong video.
And then Schulz was like, who, Dr. King? That shit, if somebody sees that group text, that shit would look so fucking crazy. But great segue into the fact that the world is out of context.
Oh my God.
I'm not, and I've told y'all this before, and if you, my social media reflects it, I do not react to any of these video clips, any of these audio clips, any of these sound bites, any of these tweets. I don't react to none of this shit I see on social media anymore, because all this shit is always out of fucking context. I saw so many examples of that shit last week. The Native American.
And the kid.
And the kids,
Yep.
the MAGA kids,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
The Tiana Taylor and Amon Shumpert.
Was that true?
No! That's my point! Like, these motherfuckers jumped out the window because Amon Shumpert liked a fucking picture and left a comment. It was a picture of a baby, and he put the emoji with the hard eyes. It's a baby.
Can't love a baby.
You can't think a baby is cute.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck? But they created this whole story. Amon Shumpert got a girl pregnant during a threesome with Tiana Taylor. They're using old clips from The Breakfast Club where they're talking about having threesomes and this and that. And I'm like,
First thing I thought of was The Breakfast Club.
bruh, how do you get this? Because he liked a picture. How do you create this whole story, this whole narrative where they're trending on Twitter to where every party involved has to respond?
Yeah, no.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Then it was this clip with the guy in Florida. Now, the guy was calling people niggas. Andrew had a good point. Go ahead and say your point, Andrew. Or you want to keep this in the group chat? You think it could come off the wrong way?
No, I think we could share it. The point that I said was the clip that we initially sent, right?
Yes.
There was a woman who was in distress.
She was
and
surrounded by
there's
a bunch of people,
a bunch of males,
a bunch of
right?
guys. Yeah.
And she's screaming at them. They're kind of around her. She's
Yeah.
like, "You just ran over my foot with your bike, this, that, the other." A guy comes down the highway, and he's got his gun out by his side.
Yes, this is Florida, mind
This
you.
is Florida.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Get the hell out of here. Get the fuck out of here, losers." He calls them losers. "Get the fuck out of here, punks."
Then the N-word.
Then he says the N-word, but the
Yeah.
N-word's at the end of the video. And I go, if he didn't say that N-word, this guy would look like a hero.
Yes.
Now, because the optics, now I didn't say he was, but the optics are woman in distress because a bunch of males are around her. Man comes, protects woman. This is every action movie we've ever seen. This is every TV show he's ever seen. Hero, man, go save it. You say,
When I saw it, I said, minus the N-word, I said, yo, he must know this woman.
and then
I'm
you,
like, yo, and I said, if I saw my wife or my daughters
woman
or
you
any
loved.
woman that I love surrounded by a group of guys, I don't care what color they are, and I got my hammer on me, I'm
pulling
jumping
out.
out the same motherfucking way.
Yeah.
I just am. Like, I just would.
And then Van goes, "Did he have to bring out the gun?" And I
Yes.
was like, he was wearing a salmon T-shirt. You're not going to walk into a group of males and get immediate respect
Okay,
wearing
tough guy.
salmon.
All right, tough guy. You walk
Uh,
over here with all of these dudes and you ain't got no fucking hammer.
You're going to be smoked salmon.
That's
what's
it.
going to happen.
The hammer was the great equalizer.
Boom.
So,
But then he says the N-word. And I say, when you say the N-word at the end, it transitions you from being this guy protecting a woman
to being a racist.
to being a
Who
racist
just wants to shoot a bunch of
who
black
wants to
guys.
shoot a bunch of black guys.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the importance of context. Then Van adds, "Hey, we got video from before where the dude was calling the black dudes the N-word
Yes, from his truck.
from his truck earlier." So this wasn't, "Hey, I'm here to save the day." It's, "Hey, here's another chance for me to get to call black people N-word." You go from potential hero to clearly racist.
Clearly racist, but come to find out, it was his girlfriend. They were traveling in two different cars. He did get arrested.
Still racist.
It's still racist as fuck, but I knew.
If
I'm
you
like,
see your girl in distress.
the only guy I've ever heard of jumping out of a car with a gun to randomly save some strangers was Tupac. And that's when he did it in Atlanta, and he saw two guys harassing somebody, and he jumped out, and he ended up shooting one of them, and one of them was an undercover cop or some shit like that, right? So I'm like, this guy clearly isn't Tupac, because Tupac
Right.
would never wear a salmon shirt.
Never.
That's number one.
Yeah, yeah.
And number two, I could just tell,
You
like,
wear leather chaps.
there was something else. It wasn't just a hatred of black people. You could tell that it was another layer, and the other layer was, that was his woman.
That was the first thing that you went to.
That's the first thing I went to. Because I didn't, just me, I didn't see anything wrong with a guy jumping out to help his homegirl or girlfriend when she's surrounded by a bunch of guys. It wasn't a race thing to me.
Not at
You know,
all.
even when you let the N-word fly. Because honestly, if it was the other way around and it was them same little MAGA kids that was at the fucking Washington Monument, I might get your cracker back the fuck up. I probably would let that shit
It
go
doesn't make
fly.
it right, though.
Doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make
Never
it right.
said it made it right.
And to be honest, if he never says the N-word at all, I think that what I said stands true. We're going to look at this guy as heroic. He's protecting his girl.
All I'm saying is context matters.
Absolutely.
I think that we live in a world where everybody's engaged, but nobody's informed. And
Yes.
we're
informed with our narratives, though, and we just want to fill in the gaps. I think
No,
that's
we
what
already
it is.
have narratives in our mind
what I mean.
already. Everything's a trigger.
It's-
N-word is definitely a trigger.
Ooh.
MAGA hats are a trigger like a motherfucker. Like, but the MAGA hat story was even crazier because I'm watching this clip and I'm like, honestly, this clip tells me nothing. Like, I saw everybody saying
Talking
like
about the kids and the Native
the
American.
kid and the Native American.
Right.
I saw everybody saying like, look at this kid, this little punk taunting this Native American, whatever. I didn't know if that was not true or true. I just was looking at the video. I didn't form any conclusions. I was like, I don't know what's happening in this video. Nothing for me to comment about. Day or so later, whole story comes out. Now all of a sudden, this is by the way, this is a great joke. Comedians should write this some way, somehow.
Talk to me.
If it's not a joke, it's a sketch.
Okay.
You got these young MAGA supporters.
Yes.
You got one Native American and a group of black Israelites.
Yeah.
My God. You know what they need to stop doing, all jokes aside?
What?
Stop letting everybody protest on the same day.
Give them days.
It's a recipe for disaster.
We divided up the parades for a reason.
Stop doing
You
it.
can't have Dominicans and Puerto Ricans walking down the same street.
It's
It's gonna get crazy out there. Do you know what I mean?
And they're gonna run out of empanadas.
It's
But
gonna-
listen, it's a recipe for
Those
fucking
abuelitas
disaster.
gonna be up all fucking night. We gotta
Come on.
respect the abuelitas.
Listen, it's a recipe for disaster. You can't have the women marching.
Yeah.
You can't have.
I went to the women's march, by the way.
Oh, you
didn't
saw
see
you.
me?
I saw you.
I led the women's march. I was the leader.
I saw you.
You need a strong male leader for these things.
I saw you.
They followed me, bro. I
You
went
got
right to
upstage,
the front
though.
of the march.
You got upstage.
Say what?
Dude in the MAGA hat got you. He upstaged you.
Who's in the MAGA hat?
The guy that was with the Native American.
I'm on Team Women's March, bro. I just felt like they're bad with directions, and if they didn't have a man leading them, they might get lost on their route for the march. That's why I was there. But go on.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I saw that video. I was like, I don't know why Andrew want this smoke. Like, why? I'm looking at the video like, why does Andrew want this smoke?
What smoke? I'm telling you, ain't no
laugh,
smoke.
Brandon? Come here, show your face so they know who to. They know
What
who to get the
smoke?
fuck out of here.
Hey, listen. You want to know some real shit? You want to know why no women gave me smoke? Because no women went. I'd be up. I did shows that night. I did 5 shows that
It
weekend.
did look a little light this year.
Every single look at the video if you want to see how light it was.
Yeah.
I did 5 shows that weekend. Every single show, I go. I went to Women's March tonight. Ladies, how many of us went? Tops 1 person a show.
Yeah.
Tops 1 person a show. And that's why you can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at me unless you win.
I wonder why it was so light this year.
Because it's January, fam. It's easy to fight for equality in July.
The
Everybody won
the
equality
one
in
before
July.
was January.
Say what?
The huge one was the first one they did that was huge was in January.
I didn't lead that one. I don't know about that.
Yeah, yeah. The one they did back in the one they did when Trump first got in office, where that broke records. That was in January. Because they did it the week of his inauguration, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. Anyway, but back to what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying like yo, the world is out of context. Because I mean, if you found out that the black Israelites were the ones that were cursing out everybody.
So give the
and
context of the whole story.
I
Let's,
really-
let's
to be
give
honest-
everybody. I have the videos, right?
Yeah, I
So
didn't do the no. I didn't.
Here's the thing.
I didn't break it down all the way.
If there's a big scandal going on and I don't comment on social media, there's more to the issue.
I'm waiting for more information.
Exactly.
What's wrong with waiting for more information?
But if specifically you don't see me react to it, know for a fact it's too good to be true. When you see the kid with the MAGA hat and the Native American in that picture, and everybody's jumping on the imagery, and all these adults are saying, punch that kid in the face. Literally a week after a Gillette commercial came out that was saying, don't bully people. Literally a week
Okay.
removed from the Gillette
Thank
commercial.
you for telling me this because I didn't. People keep tweeting me about it. People keep leaving comments on my Instagram like, "You ain't comment on that Gillette commercial." Though. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they talking about with a Gillette commercial?
Yeah. It's a razor blade. It's a razor blade shit. It does use Bevell. That's what you got to say. You
Yeah,
support
okay.
black
All
business.
right.
Black business bought out by white business.
I don't know. They got
Shouts to.
Bevel sold.
I think they sold for crazy bread to Procter and Gamble, bro.
See, there go another out of context statement. We don't even know if this shit is true or
I
not.
think, but yo, shout to Tristan Walker if you did it because you know you got the bag. Anyway.
But go ahead. So they wanted to punch the little kid in the face.
So they want to punch the look in the imagery's too perfect. I'm looking at this. I'm like, this is too set up. There's got to be more to this situation. So I start looking up some videos. At first, it looks really fucked up, right? At first, you just see this Native American who seems to just be playing his drum, and then these kids are all around him, and this one little, what looks like a snotty kid is just staring at him while he plays. I'm like, this kid looks like a dork. Then I start looking at other videos, and I start looking at the Black Israelites video because they Instagram live the whole thing or Twitter live
Why
the
do
whole
you follow
thing.
Black Israelites?
Oh, I just went on the Twitter and Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
There's a Black Israelite Twitter?
Fam, I'm looking to the path to Zion, bro. Like, let me get to heaven, you know? So, you know what I mean? All around, son, I gotta know. So, I'm looking at theirs, right? They post, the kids are there on a yearly trip They're waiting at this monument to get picked up. They don't want to be there. They have to be there. They're hanging out. They get approached by the Native American dude. None of the kids are like the Native American claim that they're saying build a wall, all this kind of shit. None of that happened. None of them are saying anything. The Native American approaches the group. At first, he's beating the drum, and the kids are doing the thing with them. It's like a fun little hangout. They're going, yeah, blah, 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 this, that, the other. Even the black
I heard the Native American came to keep the peace because the black Israelites were cursing out everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a confrontation happening between the black Israelites and the students. And this was the white kid said. The white kid said the Native American came to keep the peace. They said he came through beating the drums to try to break up the confusion that was about to happen.
The black Israelites even say that as well. And the black Israelites were just yelling things at people as they do. If you guys have ever been to New York and seen them in Times Square,
And
that's
then they
exactly
said the kids
what they
started
do.
dancing, and then somebody thought that they were mocking the Native American. Bro, have more faith in your drums. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how racist you are.
If you play a beat and motherfuckers dance, you win
Yo,
it.
African drums,
Come on, bro.
Native American drums, you got to be a soulless motherfucker not to move when them shit drop.
Let's go. You have rhythm, dog.
yo,
Don't
t-
hate.
listen,
If you got
that-
white kids dancing, you
What?
got rhythm.
I don't give a
That's
fuck
rhythm, bro.
how racist you are. When them goddamn drums
He
get
was
to
playing
going.
Fall Out Boy. Yo, he hit it. Kill him with the shoulders.
With MAGA
Pull
hat.
up.
Ooh.
That should be the pull-up challenge.
Imagine a bunch of
Pull
kids in
up.
the MAGA hat doing the shoot dance, confusing the fuck out of everybody. Like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? These motherfuckers just started doing the goddamn shoot dance. Like, so that's what I don't know. Listen, to be honest with you, I still don't know what the whole story
So
is.
basically, a grown-ass man is just playing the drum, walks right up to the kids. He's the one that approached the kids. The kids were there for them. Everybody takes this image of him playing the drum in front of the kids. Now, you walk up to the kid and stare at the kid. What is the kid supposed to do? Turn around and apologize that you walked up to him, a grown-ass man walking up to high school
Well, they
kids?
said the kid didn't know who. By that time, they said the kid didn't know who was friend or foe.
Of course
Because
not.
they said everybody was yelling at each other.
And the black Israelites were yelling crazy. She called them school shooters,
Wow.
calling them crack. Like,
They had some good ones, bro.
oh, they had some bars.
They had some great
They
slurs
got
for that ass,
bars.
bro.
They
I'm
got
not even
bars.
gonna lie to you.
But the point is, like, they were being douches, right? And then you have the Native American guys clearly approach the kids. So the whole narrative was completely wrong. And what we were saying earlier is we just want to believe what we see. My buddy Abdi had a great point about it. He's like, this is the political version of the dress that's either black and blue or white and gold. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, whatever you see life as, you will see in this story.
Here's the thing.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but nobody was right in this situation from what I see. The only person who was remotely right was the Native American because both sides said he was trying to keep the peace.
Okay, first of all, don't just leave the kids alone, bro. Like, don't go up to kids and start
But
beating
no,
drums
I don't think
at
there's anything
them.
wrong with intervening. And it's like, yo.
Well, you know, he didn't want the smoke from the black Israelites. He had a choice. He's like, who should I beat this drum in
but
front
the
of?
black Israelites were there too. You just
But
couldn't.
he didn't beat the drum right in the face of the black Israelite.
No, they said he was. They said the guy, the white dude said this, and the black Israelites. They said the guy was just walking through a crowd.
He
And when he was walking through the crowd, they
watched
said
the
the
video.
kid. They
We
said
can
the
watch the
kid.
video.
They said the kid got in front of him. This is the story from both
No,
people.
let's watch the video because you're presenting something that didn't happen right now too. So
How?
I'm
Did
just
you hear
telling-
what the white kid said?
what did the white kid say?
Exactly what I just said. And the black Israelite said that. The problem, nobody is right in this situation. It's literally one of them situations where somebody was like,
You could see them approach him.
who?
You could see the Native American walk up. I watched the whole
He was
video.
they said he was walking to intervene and keep the peace. The black Israelites is right to the left.
That's fair, but he chose to walk up to the kids.
No, they said the kid.
I'm
they
gonna
said
show you the video.
They said the kid got in his path because by that time he didn't know who was friend or who was foe.
I'll just get the video and we could look that up.
The moral of the story is this: it was all a bunch of confusion that was taken out of context. It was a volatile situation.
Right.
It was a volatile situation from all parties. And when you take a 15-second clip and put that shit online, it's easy to paint any type of narrative you want because everybody jumped out the window and made it seem like the white dude walked up to the Native American and was just making fun of him.
Right.
I think that shit is dangerous. And I think that the whole world is out of motherfucking context. Because regardless of who's right or who's wrong in this situation, the situation wasn't what it was originally presented as.
Absolutely.
And
not.
that's my whole point with all of this shit. Nothing is as it's originally presented.
It's exactly because we don't care about the truth. We care about confirming our narrative, right? We don't want information. We want confirmation. And that's the biggest issue with all these things is like when you just get a picture, of course it's going to say what you want to say. And it's just crazy that there are all these like legit journalists, like people in media that get paid for a living to be objective.
They're not doing any research. Think about it like this. Why? If
But
I'm
it's
on Twitter,
crazy
right?
that they would say that they want to punch a child in the face. This is a teenage boy. Like, we're a week removed from
Well, you can't say that, though.
we're a week removed from R. Kelly taking advantage of teenagers, right? And how helpless teenagers are, and how poor decisions teenagers make, and how powerless teenagers are, and how we should protect them. And literally a few days later, because a MAGA hat is on somebody, it's like, you might as well punch that person in the face.
In Florida is dead wrong, then.
Say, that's what I said.
See, I don't see it like that.
I saw
I'll be honest
once
with
I
you.
saw once
No.
I found out that guy was a racist that just hates black people, and he was using this as an opportunity to take his gun out and potentially shoot one of them.
Listen, by the way,
you wrong to me, bro.
If that Native American had a grandson that was 25 years old and wanted to punch that kid in his face, I don't have a problem with that either. Like, everybody makes their own choices and their own decisions. I can't sit here and be like, oh, he was a teenager. We that shouldn't happen. Even the guy in Florida with the gun, oh, it was a group of teenagers. Man, what are y'all talking about? Teenagers kill motherfuckers too, you know. And by the way, teenagers probably kill you quicker because they don't know no better. So I don't know what I don't even understand that logic. Oh, he's a teenager. Like, no, you're a teenager. What does that mean? So a 17-year-old break in your house, or a 16-year-old break in your house with a gun, you can be like, oh, he's 16. You know, like, I'll show some mercy on him. He's 16.
Well, I mean, we do show mercy, right? That's what we
No,
do.
not in my house. What are you talking about? What do you mean? There's a reason people get tried as an adult. Sometimes you get tried as an adult in court of law. Sometimes you get tried as an adult in the street.
Right.
If you put your fucking nose in grown folks' business, hey, a grown folk might knock your nose off.
But what
I
if-
don't think it's the same with the.
What if you're a grown folk putting your nose in young kids' business?
What do you mean?
What if you're a grown folk? How you doing? Putting your nose in young kids' business.
What do you mean? Break it down.
Like, what if you're somebody that walks up to a bunch of kids and starts beating and starts
See,
playing
that's
a
not.
drum in
See,
their face?
from everything I've read, that's not what happened.
Can somebody get the fucking clip up
Yes.
so we can stop having this
No,
stupid
forget the
debate?
clip. Get
No.
the-
Just get the.
You're doing exactly what we're telling people not to do, Andrew.
You don't know what I'm doing.
You're telling people look at a clip.
I'm saying.
Why not read the information from the black Israelites and the white guys? Because they both said that the Indian was coming to keep the peace.
I don't care what people say. I care what happened.
What the fuck? They were there. You can't.
Charlamagne,
You're doing
Charlamagne,
exactly what we're
Charlamagne.
telling people not to do.
Can I just explain
You're
myself?
falling victim to what we're telling people not to do.
You're talking, but you're not listening.
You're
You're
not.
talking, but you're not listening.
What?
You're saying that somebody's written testimony about an event.
That was there.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Is more powerful than literally watching the event.
Okay, everybody in the room that's actually listening, right? We just had a conversation about watching things online and knowing that the things that we
looking up
see
our
online are not what they're presented to be.
The-
We're having
the
a
whole
conversation
walk-up.
about watching clips out of context. We just said that everybody's engaged, but nobody's informed. So being that we have information from both sides and both parties, why wouldn't we listen to that information?
Click it up and look and see if you can find it. So what I'm trying to say is you're assuming that these videos have no context. What I'm saying,
They don't.
what
I
I'm
thought that was
saying,
the whole point of the conversation.
what I'm saying is that there are videos out there that do give context.
Do they?
Yeah,
Or do they
because
just give us a little bit more information?
well, they give us a whole hour of what transpired.
They give us a whole hour.
Yeah. So
okay.
if you see the black, that's what she has up right now. The Black Israelite guys, it was recording for the whole hour.
Okay.
So you see him cursing at the kids. You see, and if you go to a certain point, you can actually see when the Native Americans come. At one point, the Black Israelites are saying to Native American that Indian
They talking
means,
shit to them too.
They said Indian means savage.
Yes.
And then the Indians come up and they're like, no, it doesn't. It means God. It comes from in Dios, which is in God. And then they're like, nah, according to the book, it means savage. So it's like they're talking wild shit to everybody, right?
Show me the part where the guy walks up. What part is that? This is like hour 45 minutes.
That's what I'm saying is you can get the entire context from this situation.
But
It's not just the
But
clip.
does intent matter?
What do you mean
If
by
the
that?
Native American is walking up because he wants to keep the peace
Sure.
between black Israelites and the white kids, doesn't intent matter?
Absolutely intent
Because if
matters.
anybody was instigating the situation, it was the black Israelites.
Absolutely intent matters, right? So intent definitely matters. But what you also have to look at is you're being cursed at by the Black Israelites. You're these kids, right?
Yes.
And then you have another group of people that come in and they don't explain their intent.
That's what the
They
white
just
kid
start
said. He said
playing
he
the
didn't. I
drum.
told you that. He said he didn't know
I'm agreeing with
if
you.
the guy was friend or foe. That's why
Exactly.
he stood there, because he said, I'm going to let them know I'm not going to be intimidated.
Exactly. And I understand his perspective and why he felt like he
I
should stay there.
do too. But all I'm simply saying is out of everybody that I'm hearing in this situation, the Native American was the person that didn't want any smoke.
Right. But then he ended up lying about what happened.
What do you say happened?
Because he was like, oh, they're yelling, build a wall, and they're yelling all this the MAGA stuff at him, and none of that happened. They have an hour-long video that shows that none of that happened. So it's like,
I heard that part too, but I didn't hear the.
no, everybody's got their agenda. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to think. Did you find it yet, Taylor?
Now, by the way,
Yeah.
it's not far-fetched that they were screaming "Build the wall."
Dude,
I mean, they did have on Trump hats, so that's not a reach.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Those kids were there for a fight. They wanted a confrontation.
Chris.
They wanted to set up.
They're
I don't know about that either.
Hold on.
I know that.
Hold the fuck on.
Y'all both
Please.
sound the same,
Hold
though.
on.
By the way,
Chris,
Yeah. What can I do for you?
why you have children?
Yeah.
You have children. You have children. You have children,
I
right?
do, yes.
And they go to school, correct?
Yeah. So far, yeah.
Do they have field trips ever in school?
Sure.
And when they're at a field trip, and at the end of the field trip, is there a rule at all what they have to do at the end of the field trip before they get picked up in a bus?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, they just get to walk home whenever they want. They just get to do whatever they want.
I mean, my kids are younger than these kids.
I don't.
What's the point? What are you going at?
But
Let's cut to the
I'm
chase.
trying to lead you down this route of logic here, which
Right.
is the kids were forced to be there because that's where they were meeting everybody to get.
I
They
thought
were
was there
forced.
protesting.
They were forced to wear MAGA hats.
No, but you're allowed to wear a MAGA.
Yeah,
hat.
you can.
I
I'm
thought it
not
was
going
a
to
March
say
for
you're a
Life or
fucking
something like
asshole
that.
and you're there for a fight.
No.
Yeah,
there
absolutely.
for a fight is a reach.
Yeah, I don't
No.
like that. I don't see why you say they're there for a fight.
I don't mean a physical fight. I mean they wanted a confrontation.
They
They,
wa- they
wanted
were- they-
static.
they
They,
were-
wanted to make a scene.
That's why you can't let everybody protest. If you're letting somebody protest something,
Right.
don't
Look.
have the other side there. Let the other side
Right.
protest on their own time.
Wearing a MAGA hat is not a benign act, right?
You don't think so?
I do not.
Okay, what about wearing, let's say, for example, like Charlamagne has the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on his necklace. Is that a benign act? Keep that same energy, fam. Because you looking mad silent.
I see what you're going at, but it's not the same.
I'm not
to me.
going
It's a
at-
di-
I'm
it's
using
a
your
different-
logic.
Elijah
I mean,
Muhammad created Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. What are y'all saying?
I'm using your logic. We're going off Chris' logic here, which is
I'm gonna be honest
the
with you.
negative
No, I'm gonna be
things-
honest with y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck benign means. So tell me, tell me what benign
Bro.
means, so I can participate in this goddamn.
That's that little
conversation.
donut
I
they
don't.
eat in
Yeah,
New Orleans.
it would have no. I'll keep the energy with you. I'll keep the energy with you.
Give me the thing, Taylor. I'll find it.
If
seriously, what does
Farrakhan was
okay.
president, Andrew,
Yeah.
yeah, it would be a different energy.
You didn't know either,
I wouldn't.
Brandon?
I wouldn't
Okay,
treat
good.
it the same way.
I'm like, what the fuck? You said if what now?
I said Farrakhan was president, yeah, then the Nation of Islam insignia would have a different energy to me.
I don't understand that logic either.
What does that mean?
People keep saying that. I don't like. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Like it shouldn't matter what position you're in, right?
It creates more.
Ready? Here we go.
What?
I got it for you. So if we watch kids huddled there by themselves, you watch it. You can describe what's going on. Kids huddled there by themselves. They're being cursed
Y'all
at by the
motherfuckers
black
be having
Israelites.
time. Black Israelites ain't no joke. Putting on a comedy show.
Yeah, they do have.
Got people laughing.
It is a roast. That is. They're chilling. What happens? Who's entering the frame now?
Native Americans are walking in between both crowds.
And then they're walking towards. Who are they walking towards?
They stop.
Who are they walking towards and are playing that in front of? The black Israelites. Who are they playing the drum at? The black Israelites or the kids?
They're playing them towards the kids.
Right. So they
But
walk.
no, they're going around
They
in
walk
circles.
right up to the kid, and he stares right at the group of the kid, inches away, and he's pounding, and he's not pounding, he's playing the drum. It's not aggressive, but he's playing the drum in front of them. Now, if he's allowed to stand his ground and play the drum in front of the kids, can you really criticize the kid for standing his ground in the place he was already at?
Nah, but you know what, man?
Keep it 100, though.
Nah, I'm watching this video, man. You know what the problem was?
Natives
That kid
didn't have
couldn't
no
dance,
bars.
bro. Nah.
Yo,
That
if
kid
he
couldn't
hit this
dance.
shit or whatever
Everybody
they
else
did-
was into this shit, man. He was like, man, fuck that. We don't dance no more. All we do is this. So he came with the fucking meme mug, bro.
Listen. You see, they're getting into it.
That's what I think.
Yo, the kids are playing along with it. Everything's fine.
Now, if they were doing
Nah, they're
like
trying
the-
to play him.
If they were doing,
That's what I said.
Nah, I don't think so, Andrew. I mean,
They're
Chris.
trying to play him.
Come on, Chris. Stop it.
Chris, I swear I don't think so, yo. If they were going like, if they were making the noises and shit like that, I would say they were probably trying to play him. Or if they were doing like the land of the tomahawk chop or something.
Look,
I
I'll
don't
be
think
honest.
they were trying to
to
play
me,
him, yo.
you wearing a MAGA hat, that's a line I can't get past. So maybe I'm a little blind or one-sided. But
Trigger.
that's-
MAGA
It's a
hat.
MAGA hat.
triggering
You tell
for you.
me all I need to know. If you got a MAGA hat, that's all I need to know.
All I'm trying to say is you pick and choose. Can we pause the video? Can we pause it?
What's crazy about this though?
Can you
If
quick?
the Native Americans were there to, intervene and like try to keep the peace, Black Israelites were still talking shit to them.
Yo, they told them that they were savages, and that's what their name means. Bro, they're okay, but those guys are dicks as well. I guess the point that I'm trying to say is the people that caused the least confrontation in that whole environment, which is proved by the video and the entire context of the video, were clearly the high school kids. They were being yelled at.
Not
by
that one guy.
They were being yelled at by the Black
Not the one
Israelites.
guy who came up to the Native American. Not
Nobody
that one
came
guy.
up to the Native American. The Native Americans approached them.
So the white guy, I never saw that kid in the
Keep
frame.
watching. Keep watching.
so
The
the
whole
kid has to
video's
walk
there.
up, right?
The whole video. But you walked
'Cause the
up to
kid's
the
not-
whole group.
That's what I'm saying. But the kid's not there now, so he had to walk up. Because there's a point.
Who walked up first?
I'm saying, but a kid had to come out of this crowd and stand in front of the Native American, and that's the video that we saw online that got everybody upset.
Pause.
I want to see it. I want to see the kid walk up.
People are gonna believe what they want to believe. People are gonna see what they want to see. That's just the state of the
But
world.
you said, but even when we saw the first
Why was
clip,
who?
Why was the kid just standing?
Because a motherfucker walked up to a grown ass man.
So why is the
walked
kid
up
not-
to a
so
group
why is the kid not there
of
yet?
kids, and then it's in his friends. Just walked up to a group and starts hitting a drum in front of them. So once you walk up to my house and you knock on the door, I'm not allowed to stand in the footsteps of my house. Like, can I help you?
But that's not what he's doing, though.
What's he doing? What did the kid do
You
this
did-
wrong? No.
you
He
Y'all
wore
are
a
so
fucking
biased.
MAGA hat. That's what he did.
You
How
did
about
say
this?
he looked
He wore a
douchey,
MAGA
though.
hat.
How about this?
You did say he
You
looked
wore a
douchey.
MAGA
That's his
hat.
parents' fault.
How's that?
But I'm saying, so therefore,
born that
he,
way.
He was giving off an energy. He was
douchey.
giving off a very uninviting energy.
We know what
you know
the
what the
energy
energy
is.
was?
Come on.
It's the hat. So listen, if he had a Black Lives Matter hat on, you think this is a story?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even notice he had a MAGA hat. On until I watched it again.
If he had a Black Lives Matter hat on, is this a story? Is he standing there douchey?
Yes.
Nah.
If he had a Black Lives Matter hat, hold up. If he had a Black Lives Matter hat on and a sea of MAGA hats, whose side are you on, motherfucker? That would have been a huge story. Are you serious?
If all them, listen, and I don't expect anybody to like understand this because we just believe what we believe, and you can't change anybody's opinion. You have to literally show them, and even when you show them, which is perfect context right now, you refuse to change your opinion because you're not capable
Bro,
of it.
I think
it's
the
not
black
your
is-
fault.
Listen.
You're physically incapable of changing your feelings based on empirical evidence. That's a human
this is what I
instinct.
think. I think
we
the-
believe what we want.
This is what I think.
That's why we can believe in myths.
I think the-
because we just believe
fuck are you
lies when
talking
we
about?
want to.
No, I believe it.
What are you talking about, man?
I think the Black Israelites are wrong.
Really?
I do think the Native
You
Americans.
think they're wrong for yelling at 16-year-old kids and calling them crackers
I mean, they were
and
yelling
school
at the Native
shooters?
Americans too, though. They was,
And calling Native Americans savages? Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
they
of
were
course.
dead wrong.
Yeah.
The Native Americans were wrong because they shouldn't have got
pull up,
all up
dog.
in that space like that.
Don't pull
and
up.
the white kid was wrong for confronting the Native American like that. You don't match that energy with that energy. That all that
So
does
what
is-
do? You just walk away?
That's
turn
what-
the other
that-
cheek?
That's what Martin Luther King Jr. would have done.
Yeah, but this kid ain't Martin Luther King Jr.
He's
Not everybody
definitely
the
not.
king. Not everybody the king. But you want to know what's really funny, though? Pause that for 1 second.
I'm just saying it's all bad.
Can you pause
Like,
that
all
for
this
1
shit was
second?
bad.
Can you pause it for 1 second? So what I find really funny about it is this is a national news story. It is national controversy, right?
That dude was on Good Morning America. Not Good Morning Today show.
National news story, national controversy. And you know what all of them did?
What?
Peacefully protested. No blows were thrown. Nothing physical happened. They literally did exactly what we've been asking everybody to do, which is peacefully protest. And even in peaceful protests, motherfuckers are outraged and pissed off. So how are we supposed to protest?
But no, because it looked like it was about to get to a point where it wasn't going to be peaceful anymore.
It had nothing to do with that. What it did is people want to land a shot at Trump so bad that they'll take anything that they have without even looking at the context. And I get why you want to land a shot at Trump. I get the government shut down for 33 days. The rhetoric that he says affects people personally and it hurts their fucking heart and soul. I understand why you want to land the shot. But what happens is every time you go out with a story like this that ends up being fraudulent, that shot that you thought
Why do
you
you think
landed.
it's fraudulent though?
Because we just saw video that proves that
Well,
these
what's-
high school
I'm-
kids were the ones that were approached. These high school kids were the ones that were yelled at. If anything, the high school kids were incredibly well behaved. Like if I was a teacher,
You got to stop
Come on,
that.
man.
if I was a teacher and I'd be like, hold on, you got these dudes calling you school shooters and
gotta
calling
stop.
you the F word
Come on, man.
and calling you, and calling you, you know what I mean? Like saying some wild shit.
the Native Americans weren't reacting with violence to either the Black Israelites.
I said peaceful protest.
That's what I'm saying.
They walked right away from the Black Israelites. There's an interaction before where the Black Israelites called them savages, and they walked right away. They just rolled their eyes.
If I had to gauge it, I'm gauging Black Israelites as the fucking worst, the instigators.
Sure.
Which I'm going to catch flack for. And then I'm going to say the kid, the one individual kid.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Native Americans, because even though the Native American, and by the way, that's just him not knowing no better, to be honest with you.
Why?
I would, if I was
the
him,
kid or the Native American?
the Native American.
So why does a kid have to know better and he's 16? The Native American's 80 years old.
Because I think the Native American was really coming in peace. If I was a Native American, when initially when he came and he walked right in between them, that's where they should have stayed.
Right.
They shouldn't have had their back to either or. They should have been just right there in the middle of them, playing the drums, keeping them moving. Anything else was a recipe for disaster.
Sure.
So as soon as he stepped into that crowd and the kids started, that's wild to me though. That they did not want people to dance to the drums. You're going to dance to those fucking drums.
And then when
you can't help it.
Listen. And then when they dance, and this just shows that we prove whatever narrative we want. Chris hates.
We said we was mocking.
Chris hates those kids, right?
Correct.
So when they're dancing along, and there will be people that will support this, and they'll be like, "Chris, you're a hero for doing this kind of shit, whatever."
I'm not doing it for an audience, man. I'm just telling you how I feel.
It's fine. What I'm saying is.
And you want to rub their feet and give them bubble baths, man. That's cool, too.
Oh, shit.
That's fair.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I do. Absolutely. Me personally, I just think I'm being objective about it. But if that's how you see it, then that's totally fair. That's your version of it.
Right.
What you do is you see objective thinking as support for a group. I could give a fuck. I actually disagree with those kids and why they were there in the first place. I believe in a woman's right to choose. So I disagree fundamentally on why they're even in, where was it, D.C.?
DC, yeah.
Why were they even in D.C.? But I can look at a situation and I can see some kids approached by adults and being yelled at by adults, and then having a group of adults come and start playing a drum in front of them.
It's a lot of nuance in all of this, though. Like, we keep talking about the groups. Like, yo, Black Israelites, they were wilding. Native Americans, one of the Native Americans took it upon himself to walk up to the crowd. Sure. One of the dudes in the MAGA hat took it upon himself to stand in front of the Native American.
What I recognize
I can't look and say, okay, everybody was foul in the situation.
What I recognize is this has nothing to do with their behavior. This is to do with the MAGA hat. And if they weren't wearing MAGA hats, that they were wearing Yankee hats, that this would be a completely different story that Chris wouldn't care about, that the national news would not care about. And
that's true.
Because I recognize that, I'm able to view this story through that context.
I think people understand that, though. I think people are fully aware of what the triggers are. Like, the MAGA hats are a trigger.
Yeah.
Like, that's why even when you,
it's not a trigger. It's a statement. It's the
It's
hardest
a statement.
statement you
It
can
is.
make. I'm
At this
putting this
point,
shit
it is.
on. I'm walking to a protest and I'm wearing a MAGA hat with a bunch of my guys. That's telling me all I need to know.
Why are certain things statements and certain things not? Like, why is the MAGA hat a statement, but wearing his necklace is not to you?
Because,
why can you pick
essentially
and
to
choose
me,
statements?
whether you're talking about the Black Israelites or Nation of Islam, and I don't mean this as an insult, those are essentially fringe groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are groups without a lot of power, a lot of impact, a lot of influence. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of what they're saying, but...
So you could be racist or homophobic.
thing,
No.
and
I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm
thing.
saying is MAGA hat represents the ruling party in America right now.
Right.
Okay? That's the one in control right now.
Right.
They're operatives of that. They're supporting that. That's a much bigger problem to me right now.
Let me ask y'all a question.
So-
When everybody was wearing the Malcolm X hats back in the day, what did y'all think? When everybody in New York City was walking around with the X hat,
Yeah.
what was people thinking?
I'm supportive of it, but I'm a rare motherfucker.
You know Elijah Muhammad taught Malcolm X, right?
Hey, do you know that? And we've had this conversation on many times. I can look at nuance. Chris can't, right? So what I can do is, for example, I can look at you and you supporting Farrakhan, right? And I can see you supporting certain aspects of Farrakhan. You love what he's done for the Black community, Black empowerment, and I can remove that from certain rhetoric that I might disagree with, and I can go, Charlamagne supports this helping Black people, and someone who clearly has devoted the majority of his life to helping Black people. I can accept that.
And I have his teacher around my neck.
on your
'Cause
necklace.
Y'all can say what y'all want. Elijah Muhammad, fire, bro.
Okay,
Elijah
so
Muhammad gave us Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. Okay?
yeah,
Don't y'all love Muhammad Ali?
yeah,
He gave him his name, literally. Taught him everything he knows.
yeah.
Like,
What is the nuance I'm missing in a MAGA hat then?
if it's
The color,
possible.
red is fire. Kind of.
Right.
It's a solid red.
Imagine those in some
Okay.
It's a
sneakers.
fire truck red. Come on. Come on, Chris. Go with some
What's
bread.
the nuance? I'm open-minded.
So the
You-
nuance-
MAGA hat has
You
inspired
have me
a
at
lot
the
of dope
closed
hats,
mind.
too, by the way.
What's the nuance that I'm missing?
It has.
What'd he
We
say?
bullshitting.
What'd he
The
say?
MAGA hat has inspired a lot of dope hats. A lot of people have made their own little replicas
Takes
of the
on
MAGA
it.
hat.
Yeah,
And
takes
different. You
on
know what
it.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
yeah.
Whether
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Dream, Hustle, Win, or Make America Hate Again, or Make
Yeah.
America Trap Again.
Yeah.
Like, Make America
I
Sell
need to drop
Dope
that
Again.
make comedy great again, bro.
I'm
I need to drop that make comedy unsafe
you acting
again.
like the MAGA hat didn't have impact on pop culture. It really has.
So, but I guess what is the nuance to a MAGA hat, right? So this is what I could see, right? If we could look at somebody, a polarizing figure like Farrakhan,
Okay.
and find the things that we agree with Farrakhan about, right?
Right.
Do you think it's possible that somebody who grows up in rural America and Trump America can look at Trump's policy, his rhetoric, for example, we want to bring jobs back to America, we want to reopen factories in America, right? Regardless if it's true or not, we want to do that. That is the goal, to do that. Do you think that they can support those specific policies within MAGA and maybe still, like you and I, disagree with the hateful stuff like you and I disagree with
Or maybe they
Farrakhan?
want
do
the
not.
wall.
Real quick, like you and I disagree with Farrakhan. Why do you not believe that's possible for one group but believe it's possible for another?
Because I think a lot of what's happening when you talk about the Nation of Islam is in theory. Like, they're going to do this. They're not in control of anything. Trump is in control of anything, and you've had a sample size now of, what, a year and a half, 2 years, to see what he's about. You could have bought the goods, right? You could have said, I don't know a whole lot about this guy, but he's selling me some promises in the election. I'm going to give it a shot.
Right.
Now you've had the sample size. You see how damaging this guy is. You see how horrible he is. You see how terrible he is, and you're still putting on the hat, going to Washington, going to the protests. That tells me all I need to know. I'm
But
sorry.
if somebody walked in here with a Klan hoodie on right now, we'd still look at them like they're a piece of shit in the same way, and they not president or anybody that they follow is president.
That's a great argument. So you're okay with the KKK, Chris?
What? No.
No. Charlamagne got
Andrew
some
is so
fucking
stupid.
bars, son. Let me ask you a question.
That was not a great
Andrew
argument.
is the heavy king. Andrew,
In fact,
you okay with the KKK, Chris? You about to jump for that shot, too, Chris. You was
that
going
was
for
like
that
a
block.
hard-in step back
No.
5 times. Nobody blew the whistle because no one knew what the fuck happened.
Your argument was you're okay
Break
with
it down for me.
Farrakhan's potentially hateful, well, not potentially, but his hateful rhetoric because his group is not in power and therefore cannot use that power, right, to oppress certain people.
I've never liked that argument. I'm be honest with you.
A fringe KKK group in America, we know has no power.
I don't like the argument.
Well,
of
I don't
Trump
think that's
president.
true.
I don't like that.
So then, if they have power, then so does Farrakhan. Your argument was power.
I don't think
You're making
I don't think the Nation of Islam has a history going back hundreds of years of lynching people.
So is it
do
about
they?
history or
That's true.
power?
But listen, you know when
Because
Trump,
American
well,
history goes back and lynches people, so then that's the American power structure in general you can't agree with.
But you know
De-
what-
Democrat
generally
and
don't.
Republican.
Yeah,
The
generally don't.
So the Democratic Party, which was definitely
And I'll
involved in
bring up
lynching.
again, unlike you,
Right.
there's one person sitting here who's voted both Democrat and Republican.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
I've
you?
only voted Democrat.
Have you voted Republican?
No, only Democrat.
All right then.
what Republican did you
What
vote
what
for,
point are you making? That you're pro lynching?
No, my point I'm making is that you
Wait,
want to.
this guy.
You're trying to
You
paint me
fall-
as a
You're not
monolith.
answering
Like,
none of
I'm
these
only
questions, Chris. Are you
following this
KKK or are
liberal
you
agenda. I
pro-lynching?
can't. No. What he's trying to do is you
not
can't
trying to do
see
nothing.
the humanity in these high school kids from Kentucky. You can't understand the Republicans. You can't understand how someone
Yeah, you don't have
from
empathy
Trump
for them.
America might care about jobs or the end of the coal industry or whatever have, because you're so blindly on one side of the aisle. I'm saying I've been a registered Republican. I voted for Republicans. You don't think I can see empathy towards them?
No.
You don't think I can understand where they're coming from?
No.
You're the one who's only voted one side.
Yeah.
But Chris, as a guy who's voted Republican, you do know that what's happening now isn't traditional Republican stuff, is it?
Absolutely not. And that's
okay.
my whole point.
Because all the
A
Republicans I know
MAGA,
complain.
a MAGA hat is not centric Reagan Republican. It's not Bush Republican. This is a whole new level of shit that we've never seen in the history of this country. And that's why when you put on the hat, you're telling me all I need to know.
Right. So you haven't answered the argument about the fringe racist groups. So you're okay with certain fringe racist groups or hateful groups, as long as they're fringe.
I'm not okay with them, but there's not the same sort of
You
priority.
wouldn't want
to
the
me.
Grand Wizard of the KKK as president, is what
No,
you're
and I wouldn't want Farrakhan as president either.
saying. Okay. I
But
understand.
would you be okay if somebody wore the Grand Wizard of the KKK on a necklace?
No, I don't support
because
the
of his community building
Whoa,
within
whoa,
the white
whoa, whoa.
community.
We're not going to compare Elijah Muhammad to the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Yeah, I mean, this is
because
like
no Grand Wizard of the
this is
KKK has
apples and
ever created a
oranges and
boxer
shit.
like Muhammad Ali.
We're talking about a specific thing.
Right? Okay. Like,
We're not comparing them as equals, right? We're
Yeah.
not comparing them as equals in terms of their positivity or in terms of their negativity, right? We're just trying to use an example of people that have hateful rhetoric aside. I'm trying to expose your logic, Chris, which is
but Elijah's rhetoric isn't the same as Minister Farrakhan's either, though.
absolutely
That's another thing that we got to keep in mind.
100%.
And we got to keep in mind that Elijah was a brother who was checking guys like Malcolm X when Malcolm X would jump out the window and say things like the chickens have come home to roost when John F. Kennedy got killed. Elijah Muhammad's exact words were, "You're putting us all in danger. These people love John F. Kennedy. You are silenced." He muted Malcolm X.
Right.
Let's keep that in mind too.
Right.
So his mind state was a little different.
So you're saying I'm a hypocrite for calling out MAGA hat kids, but not calling out the same energy Nation of Islam or a group like that?
Yeah, because the reason why you're calling them out changes. And I understand
Yeah, it might be.
most people are
That might be.
hypocritical.
That
That's
might be.
fine.
That might be.
But what I'm saying is don't be upset at me because I'm not the same hypocrite you are. It's like you're calling me out for certain things, but I guess by the same token, you're willing
I think you identify the energy in those kids and you're giving them a break. I think you know what the energy is with those kids.
I think I don't. To me, it doesn't even matter the energy in the kid. I want consistency, right? So I'm going to assume the best of someone. When I see
But
somebody,
let's back that up.
yeah,
We need to stop talking about the groups of kids and talk about the individuals who caused this to get to another level. Like it wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't
Let's
like
talk about media.
It wasn't like all the Native Americans rushed all of these group of kids. It was one Native American decided to walk over. Another guy from those
Guys.
kids decided to come in his face.
guys, this
Like-
was like I see this as an accomplishment in democracy. Like I see 3 different groups who have different ideas, who maybe don't like each other. All 3 of them possibly don't like each other. Let's assume those MAGA hat kids hate Native Americans and Black Israelites. Let's assume that. I'm not going to say that that's how they feel, but let's assume all 3 of them peacefully protested right next to each other. This is an
I don't like that
accomplishment.
though.
No, this is an accomplishment in democracy. This is
I
like
get
something
what
you
you're saying.
pat
No, I-
yourselves on the back
No,
about
I
in
get what you-
America.
I get what you're saying, and I
That's a bloodbath in most countries in the world.
I
a
agree.
fucking
That's a legit
bloodbath.
point.
I agree.
That's a legit
I agree
point.
with
I'll
that.
give you that.
I agree with that.
I'll
But
give you
I don't like it. I think that everybody should have to protest on different days, bro. Because it is just a recipe for disaster. And things are so volatile in this country right now.
Yeah.
Why even risk that? You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Like why? Like what's the reason? Like it's almost like you want conflict. Like I'm not gonna have, 2 gangs from rival sets in one building. I know what that's gonna lead to. So why even do that? I understand where you
And that gets back to my original point. They were putting on the gang jackets. They know it's hot in the streets.
You're right.
They know that the gangs are going at each other. Let's put on our fucking colors right now.
Is it
Let's walk-
possible though? Like
I don't mind you repping your set,
is it possible where they're from? Right?
don't.
No. But Charlamagne always keep the same energy with this. What I'm saying? Is it possible where they're from? Right? That hat is way more normalized than where we're from. Like if we see that in New York, it's a shocking fucking thing to see, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah,
shocking.
very true.
But like I travel the country and I do
South
comedy
Carolina,
around the
you
whole
gonna see
country.
it. Kentucky,
It's a
you
very
gonna see
normal
it.
thing, right? And
Alabama, you're gonna see it. Mississippi, you're gonna see it.
I guess
Florida,
I
you're
can't
gonna see
believe
it.
it. I don't know.
Bro, I'm telling you,
Okay.
at first it's shocking, right? At first it's shocking, but eventually you go, oh, this is what's normalized to these people. And then you sit down, you talk to these people. Dude, when I was in Vegas, there was this guy, MAGA hat, right? Or no, it wasn't wearing MAGA hat, but this trucker. And I just befriended him in the casino because I just wanted to know how he felt. And I just asking him questions about why he did it. And he was breaking down some certain, trucking stuff and how it's made it harder for truck drivers and this, that, the other. And Trump wants to change these things for truck. And I'm just hearing him out. And he seemed like a reasonable guy. It could be completely bullshit. But the rhetoric that he was spitting to me was not, I fucking hate everybody that's not white. It was, I just want to make money trucking.
Hey, listen, I will say
You know
this
what I'm
too.
saying? Like, so.
All jokes aside, I don't see the MAGA hat that much, except for on the internet. Like I don't see it a lot in real life.
But if you go to certain place, like when I was in Texas and I was watching Stormy Daniels strip, there was a dude in the front row that had the MAGA hat.
I was saying I was in Austin,
was
Dallas
hilarious.
last year. I didn't really see it like that. Like I didn't. You see it. It's like a rare sighting. Like oh shit.
Yeah,
the
I
hat.
don't know if that many of your supporters are going to show up with the MAGA hat.
No, I'm just talking about in general, just
Right.
out and about, like the airports, like going through the city. Like you just don't see it.
It's
like
hard
that.
to match who wants to wear red. It's like a big,
That
loud
is
color.
true.
You know what I mean?
That is very
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
true. And can you be a Crip that supports MAGA?
It's a tough question.
Tough.
You got to really hate immigrants.
Tough. Like, to throw that red on as a Crip. tough. There got to be some Crip MAGA supporters, right? There's got to be.
You don't think there's one? Let's call up Blueface.
Let's play some bills, man.
All right, let's do it.
Did Tristan Walker sell Bevell?
Yeah, to
Procter & Gamble, right?
Yeah.
Sell out. I don't even want to read it. Read it, Chris. Andrew. This episode is brought to you by Bevell. Okay, the first and only end-to-end shaving system designed for a consistently smooth, irritation-free shave. Dermatologists recommended, clinically tested to help reduce and prevent razor bumps, discoloration, and irritation. Over 90% of Bevell users noticed improvement in their skin and razor bump reduction. Bevell is a great look. Level up your grooming routine with the Bevell shave system.
The Bevell trimmer is a GQ award winner and barber go-to product. Now you can hold one yourself or purchase one for a friend. Experience 4+ hours of cordless grooming, easy gap adjustments, and next-level lineups. Each clipper includes a blade oil, microfiber bag, brush, and charger. Well, I need one because, this mustache is killing the game.
Shave it off live. Shave it off live for charity with a Bevell.
I will shave it off live for charity, 100%. All money going to the Covington High School. Okay. Get your Bevell trimmer and shave system today. GetBevell.com for a limited time. Get 20% off your next shipment with Bevell. Head over to GetBevell.com/idiots. The promo will be automatically applied at checkout. That's GetBevell.com/idiots. Okay? Anyway, sister brand of Bevell, by the way, is Form Beauty. Okay? Just want to let you guys know. Form Beauty. For all you ladies that want to shave your mustaches,
I just
go
want
to Form Beauty.
I want to salute the GOAT, the greatest athlete that has ever lived.
John Stockton.
Not John Stockton. Close, though. The greatest athlete that has ever lived, Tom Brady.
We were talking about this on Flagrant 2 as well.
It's not. Bro. It's not even close no more. Like Tom Brady went from being to me, he's already been the greatest NFL quarterback.
Right.
He did that 2 years ago.
Right. When
he came back, beat the Falcons the way he beat the Falcons, most Super Bowl rings of any quarterback.
Right.
Went to the Super Bowl last year, lost. Still, the degree of difficulty in football.
It's insane.
He's been to the Super Bowl 9 times. Do you understand that we're watching? Like, you know how when you used to hear this shit like Bill Russell won 16 championships? Like, get the fuck out of here. Hey, who saw that? Who was here? Who was alive to tell us that shit except for Bill Russell? He could be fucking lying. All right? He's been to 9 Super Bowls. I've seen him.
Yeah.
This shit is actually happening.
Yeah.
He's won 5. I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't care that he's lost 3.
This is the ninth? Is this the ninth?
This is the ninth
This
one.
is the ninth, yeah.
I don't care that he's lost 3.
Right.
I don't. Not in football.
It's because it's so
The degree of difficulty in football is insane.
Yeah.
He's 41 years old. By all standards, his career should have been done at 35. Maybe 34 as a quarterback in the fucking NFL.
Yeah.
He's 41 years old.
Yeah.
Same team, same head coach. He never has an amazing team around him, it seems like.
No receiver core whatsoever.
Rob Gronkowski. Randy Moss is the greatest wide receiver he's ever played with.
And they lost.
Yeah, they lost, but they went undefeated.
They
The
went
year-
undefeated,
the
but they
year
lost.
you gave him a fucking dog back there to goddamn catch that ball, they went undefeated.
Yeah.
Gronkowski is probably the second best receiver he's ever had.
Yep.
Third guy is dead. Killed himself.
Yeah. Their running back is white.
Their running back's white now?
Isn't Burkhead white? I mean, that's all you need to know.
I thought the rookie that they had is black, though.
Though they got some white guy named Lance Burkhead.
Oh, whatever.
No. If your running back is white and you make it to the Super Bowl, you're the greatest quarterback in history.
Yeah,
That's without a doubt.
Yeah, but even his receiving core, though.
Yeah, but we know what he's
Julian
been doing.
Edelman is like white.
Yeah.
You don't see too many great white wide receivers either, bro.
You don't see too many coaches going, you know what receiver I want? A 5'6" Jew. That's who I want
what
in
I'm
my
saying.
receiving core.
only
That's who,
5'6"?
bro, they're tiny. 5'8".
Listen, all I know is Tom Brady is the greatest athlete in sports history. Debate me, bro. Like, I don't like who?
So, no, I completely agree with you. I think what the Patriots expose is that there are certain positions that are quite meaningless in football, and we didn't realize it because we're so excited by them.
Which one?
Wide receiver is a meaningless position. Don't ever pay wide receivers. Can you name the last elite wide receiver to win a Super Bowl?
Last elite wide receiver to win.
Anybody can step in this conversation. I would never pay a wide receiver. Paying Odell Beckham Jr. is the stupidest thing the Giants ever did. Let's just go through the wide receivers that we know that are elite.
Eagles won last year. Patriots won the year before.
Julio Jones, nothing. Antonio Brown, nothing. Chad Johnson, nothing. Megatron, nothing.
Randy Moss.
Terrell Owens, nothing. Randy Moss, nothing. Fitzgerald,
Jerry
nothing.
Rice was a game changer, though.
Jerry Rice is the fucking 80s we're going back to, bro.
He was a
we're
game
going to
changer.
the fucking 80s.
He was a game changer. He was a game changer like having Joe Montana or Brady back there as a game changer.
Oh, dude, there's no doubt
He's a
Jerry
game
Rice,
changer.
greatest receiver in history. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is you never win by paying wide receivers because the position doesn't affect the game that much. The only positions you should pay in football, in my opinion,
Offensive lineman and quarterback.
No,
And
not
defense.
even quarterback. Tom Brady's the 15th highest paid quarterback in the NFL this season. You pay offensive line and defensive line. Everybody else is useless. They're literally
you gotta have a great quarterback,
useless. Anybody can be slid into those positions. If the O-line and D-line are good, anybody can play the other
Tough
positions.
to say, man. Name me another quarterback that's been to 9 Super Bowls.
No, not about going to 9. What I'm saying is the importance of the position, right? Like, for example, Tom Brady, right? He's agreed to a reduction in salary because they need to pay their O&D line.
Yeah.
And he understands the importance in the success of the team and paying the O&D line.
Because you can have an all-star quarterback, but if you don't have nothing around him. I mean, look at Dan Marino. Dan Marino's one of the best quarterbacks that ever lived, but he had nothing around him. So look at
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers
this year. He has nothing around him. So you got to have stuff around.
And to be honest, it's stupid for the quarterback to want all the money. I get why you want the money. You're a professional, get all your money. But if you want to win a Super Bowl, you have to recognize what Tom recognizes, which is it is impossible for me to do this without the O&D line being
I'm gonna be
elite.
honest with you. Don't recognize what Tom recognizes because you're not Tom Brady. And
Is Aaron Rodgers not? Could
No.
Aaron not do that?
No, the fuck
Wow.
no. Because
Okay.
if he could, he would.
Fair enough.
Like no, Tom Brady is a different level of human, bro. He's 41.
I know.
Like god damn.
I know.
I'm rubbing CDC. What's that shit called, Paige? CBD oil.
CBD oil.
I'm rubbing
your
CBD
joints.
oil on my joints and my back every fucking night, and I
that
don't
work?
do shit.
Does it work?
Oh my god.
Are you serious?
Bro, I want to rub it on my dick. It works. Listen, it works so well that I'm thinking about where can I rub this shit to get this feeling. This shit is so fucking.
What is the feeling?
Good.
What is the feeling?
Bro, numbness. It's like I take the gummies, right?
Yeah, I take them at night to go to
I
sleep.
take
It's
the gummies,
amazing. Yeah.
and then I have my wife rub my back with the oil, and I rub my knees with that shit, bro. Not only do you no anxiety, no depression, it's like you sleep like a fucking baby,
Yeah.
and that shit seems like it works instantly.
Chris, if we don't have a CBD ad next week, I'm going to be furious.
Bro, I'm going to the pharmacy today to get
I'm
me
going
some
to be
more.
fucking furious.
You
Like
gotta
I'm-
get the right kind though. There's a lot of fugazi,
bullshit out there, yeah. Because they be selling it at coffee shops, and I'm like, there's no way this got the real stuff.
I got my
in
shit
here.
from the pharmacy, and the reason I got it because it's this pharmacy I like in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, and it's a Jersey Mike's on one side and a fucking Habit Burger on the other. And
So
I just
fuck up your skin and then go into the pharmacy.
Well,
and
no,
fix
I
it.
was going. I don't even know what the fuck was. I was going to get a salad from Jersey Mike's, and I was like, why is this pharmacy there? Then I saw the shit for CBD. I said, let me see what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
So I went in there. They got all this dope, all this CBD oil products. So I bought the cream and I bought the gummies. That shit.
Can you
is
bring me
great.
some and I'll buy that shit? Just bring me some next
I'll
week.
bring you some. That shit is great.
Dude, I did this comedy festival and they just gave us some CBD gummies at the end of comedy festival, right? I don't really smoke or anything like that. I would take them before I went to bed. I would wake up, right? Like I had fucking 12 hours of sleep.
Bro, I don't even use the cream on the weekend. I mean during the week,
Why?
because I won't wake up.
You're too.
I'm done. I can't. I only use that shit on the weekend when I know I can sleep till about 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And this weekend, after getting off a plane from LA, after doing the iHeartRadio Podcast Awards, putting that shit on, I was waking up at noon. That CBD oil on your skin is incredible.
You think it's the cream that's making you wake up later or the gummy?
I take the gummies every night.
Okay.
So gummies give me a nice, relaxed sleep. But with the combination of the gummies and the cream,
Game over.
Game over. You're done.
But you got to check the ingredients because there are a lot of things that sell themselves as CBD, but they also include like melatonin, GABA, all these other ingredients.
And the melatonin is the real shit that knocks you out. So
but
I
the
didn't even get to
problem
the
is if
melatonin
you
then.
but if you use the melatonin too much, it can have a reverse effect.
And do what?
It'll make it harder to sleep.
Oh,
over
yeah, I don't
time.
need that.
Right. So what you got to do is you got to check and make sure you're really getting pure CBD and not stuff with
yeah,
things
don't
mixed
get me
in it.
addicted
I've
to
been
the
having
fucking
amazing
melatonin,
dreams. Like I had a dream that me, Cardi B, and Offset was playing at my grandmother's house in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Like playing, like how you used to play in the yard with kids, like just
Yeah.
playing, just having a good old fucking time, man.
Yeah.
As adults, we were grown. And Offset was dressed like Offset, and Cardi was dressed like Cardi. And I don't know what I had on, but it was just fun. And I woke up and I said to myself, Cardi and Offset got to get back together because they were having so much fun in my fucking dream playing in my grandma's yard. Like the CBD oil, go get you some goddamn CBD oil, bro. If you having any joint problems, back problems, man, oh man, trouble sleeping, just do it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, I need it. Chris, have you tried it for your limes?
Yeah, and I've done a ton of research on it. Not to give them a free advertisement, but based on all the research I've done, the most reputable brand that you can get over the counter right now is called Charlotte's Web.
Like the book?
Yeah, it's about a...
With Wilbur the Pig?
Yeah.
Wilbur the Pig.
It's out of, I think, Colorado.
Saddest fucking story in the world, by the way.
Which is?
Charlotte's Web.
Never read it.
What, where they kill the...
When they ate Wilbur at the fucking end?
Yeah, man.
Turned Wilbur to goddamn bacon, man.
Yeah.
And she used to...
You thought he got away? Motherfucker.
Maybe Wilbur did get away.
No,
I thought Wilbur got 8.
Yeah, I think he got 8. But I thought Charlotte is the bug, right? Isn't Charlotte?
Charlotte's the spider.
Yeah.
She was making the webs to save him.
Really?
Yeah, because he was at the fair, I guess, whatever, and he was nah. She was in there, so she made a web like number with the greatest pig. That's what she spelled it out in her web. Then they're like, oh, we can't kill him. He's the world's famous pig.
Oh yeah, they thought the pig was Jesus or some shit.
Yeah, she wrote this shit in her web.
Oh, I forgot about that. I would have ate that shit. Greatest Pig sound like an advertisement. I don't even eat pork. But if I see a spider
Start
spell
taking
out
off your
Greatest
necklace.
Pig, shit. Listen, you mean to tell me that if you see a spider spell out Greatest Pig, you gonna look at that as a sign from God?
Facts.
This is kosher pork. All right? I mean, this motherfucker. We got any more ads? What else? Let's do some Ask an Idiot questions. By the way, Adrian Broner, man.
Yeah, what was your take on the fight? I didn't see the fight.
This is how you know people don't watch boxing. Now, the black person in me, the
Yeah.
black man in me, of course I was rooting for Adrian Broner. I don't want to see Adrian Broner lose. I think Adrian Broner is good for the sport just because he's a villain, he's a bad guy, and he's got the best talk game in all
Adrian
of sports
Broner.
when it comes to
I
boxing.
always root for Adrian. I always want him to win because he sells fights.
But he can't back that shit up.
No, he cannot.
And I knew he was going to lose to Pacquiao, but I wanted him to win just because he is good for the ecosystem
Absolutely.
for Adrian Broner to be winning fights, talking that
Absolutely.
shit. But I knew he wasn't going to win. But what was scary about that shit, and I'm telling you, man, that is a reflection of what's going on in our society.
Yeah.
The fact he thought he won.
Delusion.
Bruh. That shit's scary. That people out there exist like that. People in this world that exist that think like that.
Right.
That was scary to me.
Yeah.
Like, even watching him during the fight, he sat down in the corner. He was like, I won that round, right? And the trainer was like, man, let's worry about the next round. Stop being a fucking yes man and tell him, hell no, you didn't win that goddamn round. You better go out there and throw your fucking hands.
Yeah.
You don't have no sense of urgency whatsoever. It was parts of the fight where Broner was looking at the clock like, shit, I already got this in the bag. Like, no. Like, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao whipped Adrian Broner's ass.
Yeah.
Adrian Broner landed 8 punches per round. 8. He only landed 56 punches
In the whole fight.
The whole
That's right.
Fucking
One
fight.
punch in the 12th round.
Who are you fooling?
Yeah.
Like, why? You can't have that level of delusion, man.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. But the fact that people do, that is very scary. And that's the level of people that we're dealing with in 2019. Especially these motherfucking kids. So keep thinking you don't got to punch these teenagers in the face if you want to, Andrew. You got some asking idiots, Taylor?
What we got,
Where they
T?
at? Hey, read them for us, Taylor.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry.
Read them for us. Read them for us, Taylor. That's the least you can do.
Oh, I need to say R.I.P., man.
Oh,
to
man.
Kevin Barnett.
That's sad. Guy Cold Gang.
Code Gang, hilarious comedian. Kevin Barnett passed away this past weekend, and I think he
32 years old.
32 years old. Is R.I.P.
Kevin Barnett.
Kevin Barnett, man.
Good guy, man.
Hilarious comedian, great dude. Last time I saw Kevin, I was in L.A. and we did a show together, and Kevin was one of the most like just authentic comedians that I know. Some people are just born comics, and I really thought that he was that way. He didn't know how to not be. There's some people that pretend to be comics, and oftentimes those people are even more successful because they really understand like the game and nuance of it. But like Kev was one of those guys that just didn't know how to not be a comic.
He was always mad quiet when I was around
He
him.
was quiet, calm, chill, but his observations were brilliant, and he was just such a great. He was a great dude for me. You know, there's certain comics where you're like, you see them, you know, having trouble or you know, having stuff with depression, and certain comics end up, you know, committing suicide, and nobody's surprised by it. They're like, oh, like when Robin Williams passed, we're like, oh shit, we knew Robin had struggled for a while with depression, these kinds of things. I never got that from Kev. You know, I thought Kev, you know, always found a cool, I thought he always kind of enjoyed life or found ways to enjoy life, and it's really really sad. So I
I
just
met
wanna
him.
say
I met him on the
RIP,
set
man.
of MTV2's
Guy
Guy
Code.
Code. And like I said, he was always quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I know he used to run with Gerard and Rel and
He
Jermaine
wrote.
Fowler and all of them.
He co-creator of Rel, the show,
Yeah.
and writes on all those shows.
I
and-
think, to be honest with you, that might have been the last time I saw him when I hosted a dinner for Friends of the People when they used to do that show, Friends of the People.
Yeah, they did Friends of the People on True TV. That was with Jermaine Fowler.
It couldn't have been the last time I saw him, but it probably was.
Yeah, man.
But
It's
rest in
tragic,
peace.
man.
32 is way too young to die. That's why I keep telling y'all, man, age
Way
is a
too young.
motherfucking blessing. All right, appreciate every
Facts.
year. And I'm trying to get as many motherfucking birthdays as I possibly can.
Facts.
Because 32 is way too motherfucking young to die. So God bless the soul of Kevin Barnett. Now, what's the Asking Idiots, Taylor? Oh, you don't want to read them?
Based PV says, "How do you emotionally get over an ex?" No.
How do you emotionally get over an ex? You gotta get a new boo. Honestly, you just gotta get you a new boo. You gotta get you a new boo that makes you
What's the saying? You can get over someone by
like
getting
getting on
under
top of
someone?
somebody else.
Yeah,
Like you gotta get you. I didn't know what sex he was or she was. I didn't know. I didn't want
He.
to. It was a he. So we can't just assume.
I
that
mean,
he's
he
on top
could
of
be
somebody
fucking
else.
whoever.
He could be on the bottom of somebody else.
You could absolutely be
So
on
I
the
don't
bottom.
want to. I don't want to just put that out. I don't want to make just say things. But yeah, you just gotta find you a new boo. Like emotions are just like anything else. They come and they go. Unless it's love. Like if you got real unconditional love for somebody, that shit don't go nowhere. So that's the other thing too. If you do get with another woman or another guy and you still thinking about that ex, that means you in love. So you shouldn't be in the relationship you in now because you're really not giving your all to that person because your heart belongs somewhere else.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Another question is from
Ask an idiot.
Shane Iso, and he goes, "Oh no, what happened to the other one? Oh, that's the other one. Yeah. That was I forget where this one was, but it was how did your toe surgery go?
Oh, I didn't have it yet.
Why not?
I don't think I'm gonna get it, man. I got it shaved down.
And then it fits better now?
Yeah, and I'm like, why the fuck should I be walking around in a boot for a month?
It's a month?
Yeah, you gotta walk around in a boot for a month.
I mean, you might as well do it in winter.
Nah. People try to fight me too much to be walking around in a goddamn boot.
You ain't fighting nobody, man.
I know I ain't fought in a long time, but I got that paranoia in the back of my head. Like, what if? That's the time to try me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't wear sandals.
That's what Wax always says. That's why Wax wears Timbs everywhere.
Yeah, but Timbs are bad fighting shoes.
No.
You don't have agility in the Timbs. You put on some running sneakers.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what I got right here, baby.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I
Where you at, Ja?
Ja gonna fuck you up. All right. He may not come when you call, but he's always on time. All right. And he's gonna be there when you don't want him to be. All right.
For charity.
Okay.
We'll do it for charity. We got to get in a ring. We'll do it for charity.
What else, Taylor?
Okay. What's a failure or loss that turned out to be a blessing?
A failure or loss? All of them. I truly believe that. Like there's not. I don't believe in, like, when I look at the word L, I don't look at that as a loss. I look at it as a lesson. Like anything that you learn from, was worth it at the end of the day. Like there's no failure or loss that I've ever had that I didn't learn something from and become, better from it. And I don't look at it as a loss if or a failure. If it wasn't meant for me to have, then I didn't have it anymore. So I don't look at things as like, I really don't. I don't look at things as failures or losses. It's just all part of the process. It's learning experiences to me.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. The idea that an L is a lesson is really well said, but it's just, I think eventually you fail so much and you realize, this is what it is. It's like failure sucks until you realize what it can make you. And then when you realize what the failure can make you, you're not really that pissed off by failure anymore, right? It's like now when we're filming something or Alex and I are shooting a project, and, something goes wrong, the audio doesn't work or this, that, the other. I accept that this is part of the process. I'm pissed off for a moment, but I go, okay, well, now we learn. We learn that next time we got to shoot it like this or this, that. So as long as you're learning something from failure, you're good.
That's why I love live TV so much.
That's what?
I love live TV. I love doing things live in the moment. That's why I love doing radio.
Yeah.
That's why I love doing stage plays. That's why I'm doing, like, we did the iHeartRadio Podcast Awards. That was live. I like live shit. I like when, and this may be weird, but, oh my God, the prompter just went out. Oh my God, we got a riff. What the fuck is you talking about? That's
We
easy.
got this.
Please. Let's go. Like, I like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting. Like, I like it.
All right, another question. What can white people do to prove they're not racist? Because unfortunately, simply not being racist isn't enough. I'll let you take that one.
No, I don't think I'm qualified.
Well, who do white people ask if not you?
You say what? I mean, I always say use your privilege to combat prejudice, but the guy said that's not enough. he said,
Well, I think he was saying just not being a racist isn't enough. I think
you got to speak out. Yeah, you got to use your privilege to combat prejudice. You got to call out racism when you see it.
Right. So that's how white people can help not be racist.
Yeah.
Good point. Anything else, Taylor?
That's all.
Answer this one for you.
What's this one? Andrew, what did you have? What job did you have before stand-up? I managed a restaurant. I managed a couple of restaurants. I put them both out of business, actually. I'm not very good at managing restaurants. But like like you said, every L, gets you to the next W. And, that's where I first did stand up, at the restaurant that I first managed into the ground.
So you was trying to, instead of fucking running a restaurant, you wanted it to be a goddamn comedy club.
Exactly. They should have never let me run that comedy night. That's where they fucked up. It's like, y'all made me fall in love with something else besides this restaurant. So I did that. But yeah, it's a tough thing managing a restaurant, because nobody working at the restaurant wants to be there for their career. So you're essentially like babysitting adults. It's not good. Like, at least when
I see what you're saying.
Like, when we're in this business that we're in right now, like, every one of us here wants to be in this career. We want to evolve within this industry, right? So you are soaking up game constantly. You're trying to impress people. You're trying to prove your worthiness to all the people around you, right? When you manage a restaurant, every waiter there wants to do something else. They want to be a singer or an actor, or maybe they're in college. They have another thing that they want to do, so they're not putting their heart into, serving these hamburgers, right? So you have to motivate people that have literally zero motivation outside of paying their rent just to be there. So
This is why
2 days you out, right? It's like,
Andrew, that was what you just did. You don't even know what you just did.
Talk to me.
This is why you can't build the wall. You just gave us the reason.
Ooh, talk to me.
Why you can't build the wall.
Talk to me.
Because people that come into this country,
yes,
from these places, will proudly take those jobs at those restaurants. Proudly,
without a doubt,
and they will look at those as careers,
100%,
and hold it down.
Absolutely.
So no, that's why you shouldn't build a wall.
You make. I don't understand still, but
just say build a wall then.
No.
Hey, we was at dinner Friday night. And I would just turn to Angela Rye and go, build the wall.
That's correct.
She hates that.
Yo,
shit.
My biggest thing with not building the wall is, like, there's all this proof that they could just get under the wall. They're like, the wall's not effective. If the wall ain't effective, don't build a wall. It's very similar.
I'm yelling that
very
shit.
Simple.
I'm saying that shit Friday, and Head goes, bro, we in LA, chill. You would have thought I was wearing the wrong colors in the wrong hood the way Head said that shit. I was joking, by the way.
Yo, you know what's funny is that San Diego already got a wall.
Really?
Yeah. There's mad walls up. That's what people don't realize.
What is the wall? What is the San Diego wall doing?
The immigration wall. It stops people from walking over.
Really?
Yo, there's mad walls all over the country. People act like this is this new concept, right?
This shit too expensive.
So it's not about expensive or not expensive. It's just about, does it help with the issue? If it doesn't help stop immigration, don't fucking do it. You have a right as a country to decide who comes in and out of your country. You have that right.
Yeah.
But if this fucking wall that costs all this money isn't going to stop immigration at all, or isn't going to stop illegal immigration at all, why waste all this fucking money? It's stupid.
Why a wall? Why not a picket fence? This is America. Why not have a picket fence?
Like, people want to come from different countries. Like, I don't understand what the point is.
So you're saying, like, we should have a borderless society? Well,
they're doing a job. Like, I don't know. Then
because here's the thing: is, like, there are people that they wait years to come to America from other countries in the world, right? You know, they try to find visas and they apply for these visas, and it's their dream to come to here from, who knows, Poland, or it's their dream to come here from these other places, and the argument is, well, why should they have to do it in a legal manner, and these people?
Bro, cutting the line is the American way. Okay, so if they want to cut the goddamn line, like, who cares?
I ain't knocking it. My mom got married. She cut the line.
They cut the line.
You know what I mean? That's how you
gotta
do it.
Find a way to cut the fucking line.
Hey.
Yeah. And by the way, you think that wall gonna stop any fucking body?
That's my argument with the wall being stupid. If they prove not going to stop anybody, don't even build a wall. It's useless. We don't know why Trump's building a wall.
Well, I heard that they're building a big-ass ladder in Mexico right now, just in case. All right? Okay? That's what I heard right fucking now. It's a big-ass ladder being built in Mexico, and they plan to use it if that wall goes up.
They
All
should.
right?
They will.
All right. I'm done. You done, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you listen to this podcast, you think we're just a couple of idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.